everyone. Hi. How are y'all doing today? There's Hant Solo. Possibly, potentially. Yesterday was fine. Then what would happen, Smorf? Smorf, if yesterday was fine, why are you nervous? There should be no nerves, Smorfosaurus. There would be joy in your heart, Smorfosaurus. Exactly. Don't stress. No stress, Smorf. There's so many things that could go wrong with every single stream. All the time. Like you're essentially a TV producer, Smorf. And anything could go wrong. But you know what? Just gotta roll with it, and it'll be okay. I say this as I would go into full tilt panic, but neither here nor there. Hant Solo indeed.
Gucci.
Oh my God, that is brilliant, Cliff. Cliff, that is absolutely brilliant. I should have done the different pose. Cliff, it should have been the carbonite. Oi, Cliff. All right, we're writing it down. I'm sorry, y'all. That's too much of a golden idea to not write down. Okay, thank you, Cliff. I'm sorry, Cliff. Now I've failed you. Now I've totally failed you, Cliff. Told you. I'm so sorry, Cliff. 2 outdoor ones. One is more animals, some fruits, and such, and then a farther one that does all the things. Nice, Quath. We have the outdoor ones sometimes as animals as well, like sheep, of all things. You can't purchase the sheep, but you can look at them. Hi, Thindall. Chad, if you're not checking out the amazing web dev extraordinaire that by the name of Thindall, go check him out. Most handsome man in the country of Sweden. Go check out the lovely, amazing Thindall. It is SciArt Sunday, Thindall, and we're gonna try some new things. There is this feature of this program, Thindall, that apparently lets you record a time lapse. So we're gonna try to record a time lapse, Thindall. Is it gonna work? We'll see. We will see, Thindall. I have no idea. We'll see. Wonderful humans and non-human. Thindall, I don't think we have any moon people here. Actually, we do have a moon people. Okay, supposedly it's recording now. Okay, well, supposedly it's recording. We'll see. We'll see how the recording goes. And try to check out. Thindall, we are continuing SciArt it's SciArt Saturday. It's SciArt Sunday, but on a Saturday. Fun fact, Han Solo and Carbonite was originally Valerian from the French comic book L'Empire de Milis. Really, Cliff? Huh. Did not know that. There are some moon people tactics. Smikes is a confirmed moon person who has given moon people hood to Dakum. That has happened, tactics. And tactics, although everyone can immunize themselves against being a moon people if you wish us the video game Rise of Piracy. If you wish us Rise of Piracy, you do not have to become a moon people unless you decide to. It's like a vaccination, if you will. But yeah, Thindall, we're working on it's continuing Star Wars month. And chat voted on there being a Han Solo Antonia. Smikes is good people with... Oh, absolutely. Tactics, there's no question about Smikes' peopledom in terms of good. He's only good. How was Star Wars... Quath, we actually... Oh, that is hilarious, Cliff. Cliff, that without question does look like an amber piece right there. Pull it up for everybody. 100%. Cliff, I see it. That is... You're not wrong. It should... I should make an amber one now, Cliff. I should make the amber one. The cats are running how many parsecs? But wait a minute, that's not a unit of time! So, Quath, this past Star Wars Science, unfortunately, on Thursday, we had to cut early. Lita got sick. And so we cut stream early because I then took the little one while Lita was unfortunately praying to the porcelain gods, Quath. Did it help? I don't know. Not at the time, but the next day she started feeling better at least. But it was, at the time, not good. So I took the little one. The little one, she had her nice bath. She had a fun time. Yeah, which, luckily Lita's feeling better. But that was... And she of course, then was feeling even worse. She kept apologizing. I'm like, I'm sorry I'm ruining stream. I'm like, you stop that. Sometimes, y'all. Sometimes it's very difficult to convince her that there's nothing actually wrong. Yeah, there we go. So we're just working on a couple of things. Pixel Cuts! Hi, Pixel Cuts. How you doing, Pixel Cuts? And yeah, Quoth, the stomach bug sucks. Yesterday, I felt a little off. I went to the doctor's yesterday. Yeah, it must be hard. What do you mean, Smikes? That's crazy, Smikes. Yesterday I went to the doctor, Quoth, and they were like, it was a routine physical, and they're like, oh, we should do a blood draw for you. I'm like, okay, I've never had a problem with a blood draw in my mind, so I'm like, all right, let's do it. And they couldn't get any blood from me, Quoth. I almost passed out. And then I felt off and sick for most of the rest of the day. And so Lita was nervous that either I caught something or something along those lines, but it actually, I think I was just really dehydrated. But they just, like, poked the heck out of my arms. I looked not Gucci when I came home. But beyond that, feeling alright today. Pixel Cuts use a couple of different programs. Here are all of our software. This is Clip Studio Paint. But then we also use other things like for the 3D modeling stuff. There's Maya and Blender and ZBrush. I have a couple of characters in the midst of working. This week was not the week, unfortunately, to get any of it done. Hi,
Where's my
V!
drink?
V, how you doing, V?
Black
Thank you,
paint.
Tactics, for keeping me hydrated. Tactics, it was terrible. We did, listen, Cliff, they poked and prodded me so many times. And finally the woman was like, look, only 1 drop of blood is coming out. And in this state, I've gone green. I've had to stop them and get them to give me a glass of water. And she's like, here, look at your arm and how little it's bleeding. I'm like, I can't. I really can't. Please don't ask me to look at my arm. And so they refunded the payment, and then I got to go out and just have to go back a different day. I love Clip Studio Paint Pixel. Pixel Cuts, what do you use, by the way? Guys, Pixel Cuts is an amazing artist extraordinaire. He's done a lot of work for Risto as well. So they have drawn... Only have to draw blood once from me, and I have to lay down because I passed out. They won't let me start a needle unless they know for sure I can get it some. Hi, Michael Hasser.
Say what?
Quoth, that's like Lita. So this passing out was 100% like I texted Lita and I was like, honey, I was like you today. And she's like, oh my god, please don't tell me that's a thing. Hi, Kellan K. Hi, Dino Dave. Morning from Australia, 45 minutes after my full 8 hours of work today, so I'm sitting in the office doing a whole lot of nothing. Perfect, Dino Dave. Kellan Gimp or Krita, that's for pixel art, is that right, Kellan? One of those is for pixel art, I believe. Gimp, is it? One of them. Feels weird when you say you have to pay for a blood draw. It does, Tactics. Don't worry, Tactics. We also have to pay for Ilona's, coming to life. That was a separate bill than keeping Lita alive in the hospital as well, Thindal. It's quite fascinating, Thindal. Oh, gotcha, Kelladon. Krita is more art focused. Okay, there's one, I'm forgetting the name then, Kelladon. There's one that specializes in pixel art. Forget which one that is. Wish I had my Lego to build something. Why don't you have it? Dino Dave, are you not at home, Dino Dave? Are you not at home right now, Dino Dave? Aspirate for pixel art. That's what I think it is, Pixel. That's what I think it is. Not MS Paint. Aspirate. That's what it is. Humbler John. Hello, Humbler John. You know what's not sucking, Humbler John? Is you, Humbler John. Guys, go check out the amazing, the breathtaking Humbler John. Another maker and crafter extraordinaire. What the colony? Cliff, listen. Cliff, have I told you about the person that I worked with at the old lab who uses Microsoft Paint for their figures? Like in their scientific papers. Have I told you about this before, Cliff? I told you about how much it angers me. It makes me so mad. It makes me so mad, Cliff. In the office, I gotta make you look like I'm doing something. That said, I finished the Mudburasaurus build. Danny loved it. Nice, Dino Dave. Use Paint Tool, Sci, which I love, but totally on Procreate right now. Pixel, Lita uses Procreate. Lita is all about the Procreate. She tried Clip Studio and then just doesn't like it. I really like the Wacom tablet, and it's hooked up to the desktop, which is a PC, and there's no Procreate on the PC. Otherwise, I think I would never have gone the Clip Studio route, but when we got the Wacom, it came with a 6-month free subscription to Clip Studio, and then so I was like, all right, let's give it a shot, and now that's all I use it. Procreate now. What are you working on? There's Clip Studio for iPad, but if I'm on iPad, I usually just futz around on Procreate. I use Photoshop. I do like the Photoshop as well, Dino Dave. Inner 13-year-old can't be... Oh, no, Tactics, that's not just you. That's not just you, Tactics. Tactics, there's worse. I can't... Listen, Tactics, I can't not giggle at the journal PNAS. I had the first Wacom, but my poor Wacom is like 15 years old and I can't use it right now. Yeah, I mean, Pixel, all the upgrades, right, for the desktops or whatever computers, they just can't even talk to it anymore. Unfortunately. Rose overlay, can't wait to... Pixel, I saw the B pieces that you did, and I thought those turned out really, really nicely. Pixel, like the nice honeycomb look to everything. We have a bee in our SciAnts band. I like our little bee friend. Let me show you our little bee. He always says to be yourself. There's our little bee. There's our little bee character. He likes to play the trumpet. Not appropriately, but you know. I am drawn a space pigeon with bubble gum monster exploding out of his chest. I need to see this, Mikes. I can't shop some photos, but creating anything from nothing is above my pay grade. It is not, Humbler John. You're breathtaking. Don't you dare say that again, Humbler John. I will nerf that comment if you suggest anything else like that. And the bee, Buttspot. To be or not to be, this says the wasp. In terms of evolutionary time, you're not wrong. You're not wrong, Dino Dave. It also says either it should maybe be an ant as well. Because they are the derivatives. The evolutionary origins. We'll see how it also did with the... It should be fine on the scene change. Trying this recording for the first time. We'll see how it goes. If it's above his pay grade, maybe he's an actual hero just doing it just really... Oh, I mean, Thindall, listen. That's like also when you do the self-deprecation nonsense, Thindall, you suggest that you're not the most handsome man in Sweden when you said, oh, I was looking for an image of myself from my clips and it's so hard to find. You know, Thindall, it grinds my gears, sir, when you say stuff like that, because we all know that's actually not the case, and then you're just being a silly pants. You know? Only reason artists look like they know what they're doing is because you're watching. Oh yeah, no, Pixel. Like, I don't want to talk about how many times I mess up my layers. Just as like an easy begin with, right? Sure you're working on it. I know, Thindall. Look, it's not just you. Okay, my friend, it's me too. I do the same exact thing, Thindall. So it's beyond not fair of me to say anything. It's just I care about you, Thindall. That's all. We all know how to cover up mistakes. Maybe you do, Pixel. I don't Pixel Cuts. I kind of just a goofy goober. I know you do, Thindall, and I love your face, Thindall. But yeah, Han Solo Antonia today, y'all. We'll see. We'll see how he turns out. I think Han Antonia is looking pretty alright, though. The concept piece I used was actually for the reference, was a promotional piece from, I think, the first Star Wars A New Hope that they shot. Always shot first, Dino Dave. This isn't some, like, reimagining of what Star Wars is supposed to be. Actually, no, it might actually be a reimagining. But Dino Dave, we still stay true to the original lore. I mean, Han is, you know, originally a villain, right? He's the gray, and like the gray state smuggler, not the fully known good guy. That'd be crazy, Dino Dave. It'd be crazy. At least, not Indiana Jones. Now, Indiana Jones is a hero. I know, Dino Dave, you suspect that because of the museum stuff, but listen, Dino Dave, if he hadn't taken things from the Nazis, we'd be in a far worse predicament than we are now, Dino Dave. Slept with a minor? I have no idea who slept with a minor, Dino Dave. Is it the same person who's on first? We will need to make an Indiana Jones Antonia soon, by the way, y'all, because we do have the new Indiana Jones coming out late June, amongst other things to be making. I have no memory of it, Dino Dave. No memory of it. Just have to rewatch it. Adulting is called my name to catch later. Have fun, Pixel Cuts. At least I hope it's possibly, potentially fun. Thank you for hanging with us. Appreciate you, Pixel Cuts. Here we go. No sorries, Pixel Cuts. If you sorry again, we'll have to delete your comments. Dino Dave, different world. Who are we to judge? Actually, this one's going hilariously fast, y'all. Surprising how quickly we're going. Thank you, Dino Dave. I appreciate you. Yogurt Garrel. Hi, Yogurt. How you doing, guys? If you're not checking out legendary Yogurt Garrel, supermodel across the country, Canada, everywhere from Saskatchewan to Quebec to Montreal to Edmonton to Toronto and more.
Curious and curious.
Professional Tetris 99 player extraordinaire. And Lego builder. Guys, welcome on in, Yogurt Garrel. Do I like your new smile? The emote? I don't know what it is. Is it goo? Is it slime? What is it, Yogurt Garrel? Please to tell me what it is. I don't actually know what it is, Yogurt. It looks cute. I guess it's goo on someone's hand. Is this a movie reference? Old stuff. Did you do this, Yogurt? Did you get some and do it with your hand? Ma'am, I need to know. Or I would like to know, at least, Yogurt Garrel, if you got some of this old material and made a silly face with it. I give the old... Oh, gotcha. Very cute, Yogurt. Very cute. It reminds me of our friend Daggett. Daggett on Twitch has emotes of Billy Mays. And it totally throws me off every time when he uses his Billy Mays emotes. But now that I know that this is also a commercial, it'll also throw me off. Which is always excellent. Yogurt Garrel, this is what we're working on today. To start with, Yogurt chat voted on if they wanted original trilogy, prequels, or the sequels, and they went with original trilogy. And so this is our Han Solo Antonia that we're working on now. So it's continuing because we won't have SciArt Sunday tomorrow because of Mother's Day in the States, so we're having a SciArt Saturday instead. Gak got mentioned on one of my streams, and the commercial showed up on my Instagram, so you had to give it. Nice, Yogurt Garrel. Very nice. I was pulling for the sequels. Smikes, I'm sorry. This is a kind of sequel, though. Han is in the new one, so I suppose this could be argued that it's also Han Solo from the new one. But it may be like, I don't know. Wrong jacket, I guess. Yo, thank you, Yogurt. Yogurt, you're far too sweet. You stop that now. Yogurt Garrel, how did you have a good morning, Yogurt? We were hanging out with Michelle's. When are you going, by the way, on your trip, Yogurt? I saw that you were going on a trip soon. Is it next week you're going? Travel safe, ma'am. Wasn't a bigger fan of Han. How dare Quoth the Raven? But no, that's okay. It's okay, Quoth. It's okay. Thursday morning, nice, Yogurt. Yogurt, when are you coming home? Does this also mean, Yogurt Garrel, there is no stream on Thursday, or are you going to do a stream anyway? Thursday morning stream, Yogurt Garrel. Chewie for the win? I understand. I understand that. Tuesday will be? Okay, cool. Is Han the anti-hero? At first, Smikes, and I think his character ends up morphing into a regular hero, and then in the sequels, it's all undone where he runs off crying like, you know, I don't know, a little silly poopy face. No streams? How dare, Yogurt. Yogurt, I miss you, ma'am. I miss you, Yogurt Garrel. Yogurt, we're not going to be streaming on Monday or Tuesday of this coming week because Lita's going out of town with her mom. Medical stuff. And so we'll be streaming Wednesday through Sunday of next week instead. But Monday and Tuesday I'm with the little one. And I don't know, we're just going to be having some kind of fun or something like that. I don't know yet. I asked her what she wanted to do. And she has yet to answer me on what she wants to do, so we might just stay up and watch movies. Thank you, Smikes, for pinning that very important message. Probably the best message and the emojis on the Twitter. Although, actually, Smikes, I will argue, the lighting in this one, I think is far superior. Like, she has a glow about her in that image. And so I would suggest that is probably the better emoji of the two. Just my opinion, Smikes. So I'm saying, well, I'm not the biggest fan, but I get this. Yeah, exactly. But Quoth, there's a good purpose there. Except, again, in the sequels, where you undo all the purpose that you gained in the other one. The heart, you're right, Smikes. The heart is beautiful, because it is truly how we feel in our heart of hearts. But, you know, the lighting in the other one, Smikes, that's just like more the supermodel essence, if you will.
SciAnts know you're the cutest, and know that you deserve it, Juno. You a star over here. I'll reverse the card like Uno.
You're breathtaking.
Yeah, no, you, Yogurt Garrel. No, you, Yogurt Garrel. Miss Garrel. Madame. Y'all, it's already midway through May. Just as like an aside. I don't know how I feel about this. I mean, I have an idea. I don't really like it. I do not much care for how through we already are with the month of May. But granted, we were so through with every other month this year, so it shouldn't come as a surprise. I'm like, oh my god. It's going quickly. For better or for worse. Alright. Oh, I didn't even start a prediction, chat. I am so sorry. If Gwen is lurking, I apologize. How many arts are we going to get done tonight? There we go. Now you have it. It's almost your birthday. Humbler John, what day is your birthday? Is tomorrow your birthday? Or is it Monday, Humbler John? Which is your birthday? We'll have to play the birthday song. Humbler John, it's very important that we know so we can play you the birthday song. My birthday is coming up? Not for a while, Smikes. But it will be coming up eventually. That is very true. Did Yogurt Garrel tell you this, Smikes? Yogurt Garrel knows all about the birthdays. '29 still got about 2 weeks. Nice, Humbler John. Alright, well, we'll have to play the birthday song. I know when your birthday and anniversary are. That is true, Smikes. I love your face. May flying. Yeah. Humbler John the whole year. Actually, I've lost the sense of time ever since COVID hit. But yeah, this year is moving pretty fast. Which is okay and also like kind of scary, you know? And at Yogurt, it feels like we just hung out the other day, but also like that we haven't hung out in ages. It's that kind of feeling, Yogurt Garrow. Yeah, was it in October? Or was it September? It was in October? Okay, I have no memory, Yogurt, of like which month it even was. Canadian Thanksgiving week, gotcha. Dukesoft! Hi, Dukesoft. Dukesoft, we do not have our baby friend here today so far. But Dukesoft, welcome in. We're working on some Star Wars art. Dukesoft, how are you doing today? Welcome the heck in. Antonia as Han Solo, Dukesoft. Hi, Supernatural Rider. Super, how you doing? Ma'am, welcome on in. Supernatural Rider. Hi, Lady Lara Croft. How you doing, Lady Lara Croft? Super, how y'all doing? Thank you, Dukesoft. This is, chat voted, they had the option of either the sequels, the prequels, or the original trilogy, and they went with an original trilogy character. So we have, Antonia? I don't remember what we went with. But that's the rough going. We also have Dukesoft 5 new Gucci's added. And one of our mods now has her sound alert added as well. And Dukesoft, I was doing that with a baby in my arm. Not big gamey, but a baby nonetheless.
Please, girl, please, I don't want to get it together, I'm scared.
I have no idea what that sound clip is. I have absolutely no idea what that sound clip is, but that's what was requested. Smikes, can you translate for me? Hi, Debs. Welcome in, Debs. Pulled weeds, starting working on support. The musket event. Nice, Lady Lara Croft. Lady Lara Croft, I took the little one on a walk. And we got rained on. We were trying to go to the farmer's market and it did not happen today, unfortunately. But we still had a nice time, I think. I think we'll be going again. We're going to try another walk in the evening. Lita's with her mom and took the little one, helping her out with some stuff around the property, and then we'll see her again tomorrow for Mother's Day. At least that's the rough plan on that front. Lita was so funny. I was like, all right, honey, so tomorrow we're just going to go like walk around the park or something and like have a picnic. And she's like, well, we have to see my mom. I'm like, oh, so we're just going to go sit around and just sit around? She's like, yep. I'm like, alrighty. I wanted to do something a little bit extra special. No, it's okay. Lady Lara Croft, it was the whole morning. Beginning of the morning, I was going to be watching we were watching Premier League with the little one. And there's a game at 7:30 and 10, and usually 12:30. So I was going to go midway through the second game to the farmer's market, and it was raining. And so then we're like, all right, we'll go later. Turns out the later game, there wasn't even a later game today. But we ended up trying to go later, and we got 10 minutes of the walk, like of the 15 to get there. And it just started pouring, and it was like, well, it's already near the end of it. We might as well. They probably just started packing up early, and that's that. So we did not end up doing. Debs, how are you doing today, Debs? The lovely and amazing Debs, whose address I will never be able to memorize, Debs. Not that I don't want to, Debs. It's just, it's a very long address, ma'am. Just a very long address. I do too, Lady Lara Croft. It's been opened back up for a little while now. But only now I felt like the little one is kind of, you know, even in the stroller, like ready to go for us to like go walk over together and check it out. But maybe next weekend. Good waiting on Enemy to give me some updates and a bit tired. I'm so sorry, Debs. Did you not sleep well, ma'am? Debs, I want you to sleep well, please and thank you. Maybe tonight, Debs, we sleep a little extra better tonight. If at all possible, Debs. Buttspot, why? Buttspot, why? Guys, go check out the legendary and amazing Debs, who may or may not be streaming again sometime soon. She streamed her wedding. That was her first big stream. And now she's on that affiliate push. She just needs that extra followers and then just like the view count. Although I don't know how big the view count was for the wedding. I hope that it was just like gigantic of a view count, Debs. That it was just like it smashed records left, right, and center. If not, the next one will, Debs. Not the next wedding, I mean the next stream. Because it'll be like, Debs is live! We all go hang out with Debs. Right? Tolkien Tao, how are you doing today? Welcome in, Tolkien Tao. Y'all have any fun plans for the evening? I hope folks are having nice and fun plans. Nice. Swoochy, listen. I know. I wouldn't be saying crazy things. Just like slightly crazy things, you know? Swoochy, how you doing today? Welcome the heck in. Working on Han Solo, Antonia? Antonia? Something like that? Having noodles and company or whatever my mom wants. Tonight, Quoth? Gotcha. Doing pretty good. Rainy Saturday. Same here, Swoochie. Our Saturday has also been a little bit rained out. I was just saying the little one and I were trying to go on a walk to the farmer's market, and we did not have that luck to go. Midway through our walk, we got rained out. But beyond that, okay. Same rainy. Lady Lara Croft, we need that better weather. Rainy in Maryland? Noise. You gave Ilona my kiss and a hug. I did, Debs. I did. Did I remember to tell her it was from you? Actually, Debs, I did. I did remember Debs. She was being a mostly sweetie patootie today, Debs. We had a moment of being upset about something that we cleared it up. We had no idea what we were upset about, but we decided we were very, very upset by it. And then we were okay again. She also does have been drooling so much that we got her a bib just when she has some of these like drool episodes, and so now she was wearing her bib when she was just kind of crazy drooling for some reason. Prepare herself next year because I'll give her lots of hugs and she will run. Debs, listen, if she puts up with all my hugs and kisses, you'll be fine. You'll be fine. She's still experiencing explosions. So Lady Lara Croft, I think it was Thursday. She was just she was wearing a onesie with arms but no legs. So it was just like her legs were just out. And I started feeling this warm goo in my lap. And from the side of her pants started leaking poo. And so it didn't get on her clothing, but it covered my pants. So I went and changed her and put her in her bed while I went upstairs to change my pants. And Lita was still sleeping. So she sees me like throwing pants in the hamper and getting pants. She's like, what happened? I'm like, I got poop all over my pants. And then she looks at me. I'm like, it's not mine, I swear. So that's the level, Lady Lara Croft, that we're at, where it's, you know, we just have to stop and just laugh at each other because of our jokes. Hi, birds are dead on. Baby is now 8. Noise. Years or months, I assume, birds. And then Lady Lara Croft. Apparently, I had, when I was changing the little one, I had, rubbed up against the changing table. So that evening we're sitting in her room and Lita's like, is that poop on the changing table? And I look on top and I'm like, I didn't see anything. And she's like, no, on this side. And so there was poo like on the side of the white changing table that had dried on and that I got to scrub out. The pants just leveled up. I had tactics. Listen. Something happened there, tactics. Whether or not we're okay with it, that's the next thing. Years, I think she'll be baby Lorraine even into her I mean, birds, absolutely. I would expect nothing less and more, birds. Birds, by the way, how the heck are you doing? We haven't seen you in a while. Great to see you hanging out with us again. Working on our Han Solo Antonia today, amongst other things as well. But it is Star Wars month, and we're not doing a stream tomorrow because of Mother's Day, so we're doing a SciArt Saturday. A little bit different, but go. Come on, we need some diapers. I know, right? Lady Lara Croft. Listen, she grew out of the size 2s almost instantaneously. She was in the size 1s for a long time. We switched to size 2s, and that maybe lasted 2 weeks. And now she's in the size 3s. Hi, Hugh. And fun fact, buffalo wings are named so because Purosaur buffalo is a 10-foot wingspan. Hugan, are you being a silly willy? Hi, Hugan. I feel like you're being a silly willy, Hugan. However little, the Goldien Finch was twirling. Tried singing yesterday, and it was louder than usual. It was really quiet, whispery, but whoa. Nice, birds. That sounds cool. I think. Birds, we're talking about a bird, right? I just realized, birds, that could have been it might be a very different thing that you're chatting about. And I'm like, oh, I might have no. Okay, it is a bird. Cool. Just had to double check there, birds. I'm like, wait a minute. Are they talking about a bird? I'm just not always sure birds are dead on. You know, I like to double, triple check these things. Yeah, we got Han Solo looking pretty alright, and then I think I'll pick the next one, and we'll pick another one. Bird's the word. Everyone knows that the bird is the word, Cliff. Bird is the word. Bird is the word. Bird is the word. Golden finch, a little rainbow Australian finch. Very beautiful birds. The sequels aren't that bad. Would have been better if they had better editors. No, Hugan, they are pretty terrible. It would have been better had they had a plot to begin with, I think, Hugan. Like an overarching story they were trying to tell, instead of just loosey-goosey changing things. because it felt like a lot of the actors were wasted, and a lot of plot threads were also wasted. Like, why have Finn clearly be force sensitive and then never have that be explored? It was just strange. Worse, Hugin, this isn't like a comparison of what's worse. Like, anything could be worse. I just mean, like, it could have been better. You know, it could have been, like, more fun and, like, I don't know, like, more Star Wars-y. There was some beautiful cinema in there, Hugin. Like, Smikes and I always reference, and of my sequel bashing. How dare Smikes! Smikes and I always talk about how beautiful the planet was on the Last Jedi. But then, yeah, for me, most of that movie was just wasted time. They were Disney. No, they were not. They were Star Wars films, Smikes. Think the new Godzillas look like Patrick Swayze. Something about the face. Birds! I don't know about that. Hugin is an extreme Godzilla fan. Birds, unless Hugin approves, I don't know if I can condone that. Hugin, what are your thoughts? Hugin also said something about links. Hi, Boyds, you handsome devil. Boyds, how are you doing? Guys, if you're not checking out Legendary Boyds Cousin Fab, you're not doing that right. Amazing maker and crafter, most handsome man in the state of Texas. And just an absolute legend. Boyds, how the heck are you, sir? Welcome on in, Boyds. Happy Saturday. I'm doing all right, Boyds. I'm doing all right. We're working on a Han Solo Antonia today. So it's SciArt Saturday because tomorrow's Mother's Day. So we're working on Han Solo right now. And then we'll do a different... Thank you, Smikes. Thank you. Smikes, you're so on point. Sir, you're breathtaking. Thank you, Smikes. My favorite CGI in recent movies was Andrew Garfield. What do you mean, Hugin? What do you mean, Hugin? Godzilla had a dinosaur thing going on with that face I love. I got you on that. We used to forgive the sequels for the character assassination they did in Han and Luke. Indeed, Nye. Indeed. How you doing, Nye? Want a snack? Go get your snack, Debs. Favorite CGI has to be Prehistoric Planet. The CGI in that is pretty good. Birds are dead on. Don't you dare nerve. You can't nerve Smikes, Boyds. Boyds, it's very important that we have... Chat, you used to have pinned message above. You see that pin message? It's beautiful. I'm going to repin it, actually. I'm going to repin it because I don't think it's pinned for 20 minutes. We're going to pin it for 20 minutes, y'all. There we go. It is now pinned for 20 minutes. There we go. I'm so sorry it wasn't pinned for 20, Boyds. I know it's the Boyds tax. Whenever someone that handsome comes through your chat, you have to pay taxes, and this is the tax that we're paying. It's okay, Boyds. I'm absolutely, I love paying these kinds of taxes, always. What do we do? No, Boyds, it's fine. Look, you're the one who was on a beach, maybe, possibly, potentially, but not really the other day, and making us nervous about having your camera set up so close to the water. You're like, oh, it's fine. I'm like, no, Boyds, there's waves coming. I was starstruck and panicked. Only different. Listen, Smikes. It happens to all of us. I also get starstruck with a lot of different people who come by. We just, it's totally okay. It's natural. It's absolutely natural. I wish it was real beach. Boy, it still made us nervous. I didn't want your camera or your computer to get into the water and the salt and the rust. And it's just so many things, Boyds, can hurt the system. We were just so nervous, Boyds. But welcome in, my friend. I get awesome struck by all the smart people. Hugin, then when you look in the mirror, do you also get struck? Because that's what your commentary would entail, Hugin. Because you're very smart people, Hugin. You know all about the dinosaurs, my friend. All about the dinosaurs, in fact. That's true. I don't want to say you don't want a sandy phone. Actually, Boyds, I had a friend who was on the swim team with. His last name was Graves. Graves, Boyds. His name was Dusty. His little brother's name was Rusty. And his mother's name was Sandy. So you had Sandy, Rusty, and Dusty Graves. If they did not...
Together, we can rule
Wicked
the galaxy.
Walnut! Wicked Walnut, thank you for the resub. Wicked, how are you doing, Wicked Walnut? Thank you for the resub, man. Welcome on in. Wicked, how are you today? Wicked, we were just recounting a tale of interesting named people. And it was the Graves family, Wicked. They had Sandy Graves, the mom, Dusty Graves, and Rusty Graves were the two brothers. The father was named something horribly normal. John or something. Like it wasn't even marginally silly with the name Graves. But the others, I hope they knew exactly what they were doing. I never did ask him about it, like Dusty, about like how he felt about it, but in hindsight, like that would have been quite fun. What's wrong with Jern? I have no idea, Thindal. What do you mean? Thindal is waiting on leaving this stream to go to our friend Irish John, and Jern is not yet live, so Thindal is upset that he has to look at my ugly face. It's okay, Thindal. I know I'm very strange looking, and it's okay. It's okay, Thindal. I know. I know, Thindal. Thindal's like, that's not at all what I was saying. Thindal, we have the receipts. We have the receipts, Thindal. That's the chat there, Thindal, you handsome devil. There we go. Nothing I can do about it. Nerve tactics. Boyds, have you seen our two newest toys? I can't remember, Boyds, if you've seen them. Boyds, the super cute baby, all of her looks are from Lita. It's very, very clear they are not from me. Except, I guess, she did get my nose and my eyes. She did get my nose and my eyes. Oh my god, I think we finally did. I think Nightbot has finally lost its sub. Chat, if that is true, no one gifts Nightbot a sub. Because we have the check mark, I'm able to actually do now, like, we're able to get it a lifetime sub. And we can get it a lifetime tier 3 sub, so we'll be doing that. Guys, also go check out our friend Celestial Bean Art. Go check out our friend The Amazing, The Breathtaking Celestial Bean Art. The two new toys, so Boyds, there is the exclamation point cinematic. Exclamation point, hi Bean! Just so y'all know, she's live. And she's here chatting. And then, Boyds, the other one is Fate. F-A-T-E, exclamation point Fate. That's a quite a good one. At least I think so. That one was a fun one, boys. It was a pain in the butt, but it was definitely a fun one. An epic fight. Boys, Smikes doesn't like this. Hi, TD Fox. Welcome back. Smikes doesn't like this, Boyd. It's SciArt Saturday. We usually do SciArt on Sundays. But today, because tomorrow is Mother's Day, we're doing SciArt Saturday. And so this is the character that we're working on so far. So for the month of May, we've been doing science art, and we're theming it all Star Wars. So last weekend we did, well, actually this piece that's now animated. I'll show y'all. We did this one. And now we're working on Han Solo. We do have a collection of the Star Wars characters already. Here's some of the other ones we have, too. Do you know some stuff about organic chem? Water, if you mean, like, for homework stuff level, no. I got A's in Orgo. But that's the extent of it. It went in and it went right out, Water. I am so sorry. I am not the one to ask about Orgo. I actually, Water, when I was in undergrad, I actually asked my best friend Nate, who is still is one of the most brilliant people that I've ever met. I have my batch in Orc. Oh, your bachelor's, Water. I gotcha. Sorry, I was like, batch? Fishing? What? I asked my friend Nate, who was the postdoc in the lab that I worked in as an undergrad. I'm like, hey, do you know anything about Orgo? And he's like, I know it's like stuff moves around. Yeah, that's my extent at this point, too. Wondering what you thought about it. And I thought master level organic chem. Wait. Taught master's level organic chemistry? I mean, I think it's a very nice subject, Water. Do you mean like emotionally? What do I think about it? I honestly, Water, have not thought much about organic chemistry in a long time. Because I just haven't needed to. Biochemistry, yes, but otherwise, no. Taught people, master's level, gotcha. No sorries, Water. No sorry, Water. No sorries. No sorries, Water. I was just making sure that I was understanding correctly. That's all. Making sure I was getting all the lovely words put together. All right, let's take a look. Got a couple of more spots here to clean up. And then we'll have Han Solo done. And then we have a special piece for, well, y'all can decide if we want to do one for Smikes or one for Gwendolyn P. Because both are options that we can do. So we'll go ahead and put up a poll while I finish this up. We'll just do next piece. Okay, so it should be for Smikes or for Gwendolyn P. Y'all get to choose who you would like. There you go. Most people I encounter don't really like the Orgo stuff, so it's a little more emotional level. Your idea about the subject. Oh, Water, I thought it was a really nice topic because it was a really cool puzzle, is how I viewed Orgo, because it was moving around electrons. And that, to me, made more sense than regular chemistry. I actually struggled with regular chemistry a lot more than organic chemistry. To me, organic chemistry was easier. Only because, again, it was you're moving around electrons and balancing equations. And same thing with the questions, because the questions were along the lines of, like, what would you get if you did this to something? And that, to me, made more sense than the regular chemistry topics. It's not what I wanted at all. For me, anyway, that made more sense, but... The fun part about having the background up is we see all the errors. It's pretty easy, though, to fix up. Alright, I think we have this one done. Also saw it as a puzzle, it's kind of funny. Yeah, that's Water, that's why I enjoyed it. Without it, it wouldn't have... because that's why I don't think I like... The other one's also a puzzle too, like regular chemistry, but it's much more math heavy. And that's why I didn't like it as much. Alright, y'all, we're gonna try to export the time lapse as well. Oh, that's kind of cool. Nice. Just saving the time lapse. Actually, we got a time lapse out. All right. Make a shorter one as well. And then we'll move on to the next piece. Guys, make sure to get those votes in. Do we do one for Smikes or do we one for Gwen? Han shot first, Water. Han shot first, absolutely. Absolutely Han shot first. Let's see, this will be... Hi, Risto. Risto, there's a vote happening. Risto, can you get in on that vote, my friend? We're trying to make sure that we get the voting in there. I am very sure, Water. I am very sure. Risto, did you get some sleep, sir? Did you get some sleep, Ristoraka? Did you get some sleep? Did you get some sleepy peepee? Guys, if you're not checking out Ristoraka, go check him out. Rista had a really big event yesterday. Last night at 3 a.m. Eastern, Rista was live on a mental health raid train and absolutely crushed it. Rista, I hope it went well. I was up around 4:30 and hung out. I put up a lurk. I fell asleep before the stream started, which is on me, Rista. I apologize for that. But then I woke up around 4:30 and made sure that I put up the lurk and that everything was all set. Risto, how you feeling, sir? How you feeling? I was sad that you didn't go live today as well, Risto. I would have been like, oh yeah, Risto. He takes like, you know, an hour nap and then we go again. We go again for the gaming stream with Risto Rock 88 chat. He also didn't fail to tell some people yesterday about the calendars that he's got out. He didn't talk about the calendars, chat. He did not talk about the calendars. It's okay though. It's okay. It's okay. He's putting out calendars for a local orphanage that's low on funds. For Gwendolyn P. Smikes! Smikes did not want the piece for him. He instead wants this piece. Alright, and we're ready. Are we looking good? Alrighty. Well, this one for Gwendolyn P. No, Risto, I was so nervous. I was so nervous, Risto. Risto! I was very nervous, Risto. Oh, by the way, let's also put Han Solo on the other piece first. Went very well. Seeing people's reactions to me doing these discussions every week was kind of fun. Why? Because they were like, oh, how dare you benefit the community? Some people are like that, Risto. But just so you know, it's okay. You're a good man, sir. You're a good man, Risto. Oh, they're like, how? Yeah, Risto, just tell them, be like, oh, it's, you know, because I'm dedicated. And an amazing soul. Just say something like that, Risto. Lurk, thank you to the tag team. There we go. Now we have Han Solo on our big ants collage as well. Next up is a little special something for Gwendolyn P. Posted my first YouTube video of the VOD as well. Nice, Risto. Excellent. So right there, I might do sometimes do a science stream called Science After Dark, where I talk about the darker side of science and the messed up experiments conducted in the name of science. Yugen, that will be very dark, and I will not be able to be there. At least not with audio on, my friend. I emotionally cannot handle that. But there are important topics on that front. Absolutely, Hugen. It's just a little dark for little old Belent. And his little heart can't, won't be able to take it. Just won't be able to take it. So, Risto, that's excellent. Risto, drop your YouTube link in the chat. Risto, drop the YouTube link in the chat, please, Risto. So we can share it with the party people. Okay, so chat. The next piece we're working on, this is for our friend Gwendolyn P. Thank you, Risto. Let me make sure I'm subscribed. Risto, I apologize. I was not yet subscribed, Risto. Risto, I was not yet subscribed, and now I am subscribed, Risto. Oh, Risto, I think I found whereabout I came in. Because I know you had a raffle going. And that's right about the time that I popped in. You're like, Blant! It does, Hugin. It really does. Don't shave the beard. Yes, absolutely, Water. Because he can shave the beard if he wants to. I just really like the beard. Beard plays. The beard plays. It's a very powerful beard. It's an amazing beard, in fact. Sometimes I wish I had a skill of yours. I mean, other skill, but I wish I knew how to make things prettier than stick figures. Not a muscle I've actually... Thindal, you can 100% do it. It just... On it, like Thindal, it just takes practice. Like, I don't have any training in it. I just toy around and giggle and draw silly pictures. But, chat, please go follow Ristorok's YouTube. Risto needs 100 followers to get to be able to have a custom URL tag, so you can use just Ristorok88. So make sure to please hit the like and subscribe button on his video, and also just be part of his universe. Thank you again, Risto, for awesome. Thank you, Kodali. Appreciate you. Risto, I apologize. I just sometimes my brain is just, I'm like, oh, I had no idea that there were other people. I had the YouTube is just always in the back of the head versus the foreground, you know. And I want to make sure that I know this, Ristorok. I know this, Risto. Also, I like the logo too. I like the upper one there as well. Try work on it's Risto. It is, you know, it's all a giant grind, my friend. It's all a giant grind, because when you can, the idea is, I think Debs explained it to me perfectly, Risto, is you're making all this content, and then you have this empty platform here that could be funneling more people to your page, and it's like, why not use it, right? Hi, KDOG44. KD. I love that Thug Shells emo. Did you know, KD, that we have a theme song by Thug Shells, KD? Did you know Thug Shells sang our theme song, KD? Hi, Becca. Welcome in, Becca. KD, did you know this? Spencer, what is this? Science for ants? It needs to be 6 times as big. How you doing, Spenzo? Which song?
SciAnts. We have experimental science. We're curious, not judgmental. Always good vibes. When science on screen. Time to learn life with science.
Our theme song. Indeed, TD Fox. Team Dev and Team Dare. Initial thinking with YouTube before that, started doing daily-ish shorts. Definitely helped the channel. Exactly. Yep. Thursday was Becca's birthday, Smikes. We have to play the birthday song for Becca. And Katie, we play the whole song at the beginning of the stream. The whole song plays at the beginning of the stream. There's also a channel redeem to stop everything and play the theme song. Because it's like 2.5 minutes. And then this is all the characters that you saw I animated on this front.
SciAnts. We have experimental science. We're curious, not judgmental. Always good vibes. When science on screen. Time to learn life with science.
Exactly, Dukesoft. The lovely and amazing, the breathtaking Thug Shells. Guys, who made the song? The beat. So Spenzo, the beat, I'm not sure. We licensed the beat from somebody. And then the singer is, and the one who made the song and the lyrics, that's Thug Shells, who's shouted out right now. How you doing today, Spenzo? At 700, we're at 700, Risto. We're at 700, Risto, it's fine. 700, Risto, 700, Risto. Guys, we have the birthday song tonight. Chat. We finished one of our characters today. We did finish Han Solo, Antonia. Now we're going to move to number 2. Number 2, folks, on the list today is the piece that we're doing for Gwendolyn P. Gwen asked for a Jar Jar Antonia. She really, really wanted a Jar Jar Binks Antonia, chat. It was very important to her, so we're going to go ahead and get it done for the lovely and amazing Gwendolyn P. And we're even going to try to do another time lapse of this, because why the heck not, right? Got gifts from my boyfriend, and yesterday I got inked and mainly tickled. That is true, Becca. You said it tickled. I was terrified. For you, I was terrified, Becca. Smikes knows all about this stuff, so he was like, it's all Gucci. I was scared. I'm like, oh god, I hope she's gonna be okay. Because needles, Becca. And then, of course, yesterday, I went to go get a blood draw and almost passed out. First time ever, Becca. First time ever. But, like, what are you gonna do, Becca? What are you gonna do? You miss you guys. TD Fox, you're here. No need to miss anybody. Everything's good, TD. Alright. We're gonna go ahead and try to make Jar Jar Antonia. Hi, Paw Prince. Welcome on in. You didn't feel a thing? Becca, you're amazing. Paw Prince, how are you doing today? Paw Prince, we are today working on well, we already did one Paw Prince of a Han Solo Antonia. And now we're working on a Jar Jar Binks Antonia. This is for Gwendolyn P. This is for Gwendolyn P. Because Gwen really wanted a this kind of Antonia to happen. She loves Jar Jar. She absolutely loves Jar Jar. It's her favorite character in the Star Wars universe. I know, TD Fox. It's crazy. And y'all, sorry about Nightbot. We are working on getting him a lifetime subscription. So the emotes will be back soon. Sure, hopefully by next stream they'll be back. I apologize if it's a little bit distracting, but we'll take care of it. Oh yeah, Travel the World. Becca did post a picture on the Instagram. Or not the Instagram, sorry, Travel the World. On Discord. Becca did post a picture on Discord. Maybe Instagram as well. I don't know about that, but it definitely is on the Discord. Oh, no. I definitely messed that up. Hold on. Hold, please. Barbecue early. Mother's Day. Dinner's supposed to be stormed tomorrow. Nice, Paw Prince. We are doing Mother's Day tomorrow. And that's why we're doing SciArt Saturday. Tomorrow will be Lita and I's... Well, it's Lita's first Mother's Day as a mama. And then we're also going to be hanging out with her mom and the little one. And some of the stuff that we'll be doing. Risto, it's... Yeah. It's exciting and it's like weird, Risto. But like not like, you know, like it's like weird in like a bad way. It's just like wow, it's Mother's Day and it's also then your day too. You know, I don't know. Maybe it's just me being silly, Risto, but it's just... I don't know. I'm just smiling ear to ear on it, Risto Rock. I did forget that we were gonna go see her mom though. Rista was asking her, like, oh, do you just want to go like on a nice picnic with the little one tomorrow in the park with like the baby geese and everything? And she's like, that's nice, but we have to see my mom. I'm like, oh yeah, that's true. We do have to see her mom. Risto, thank you for the tier 1 gift sub, Risto. To Water, please enjoy the ad-free viewing. Please thank Risto Rock. And enjoy the emotes with love as well. Thank you so much, Risto. Far too kind, Risto. Far too kind, Risto. You far too kind, good sir. It's like all my lovely stickers, Risto. Look at all my Risto stickers. None of them actually have holes in them. They chroma key out because there's some greens on there. But we got some star seeds. Actually, Pixel Cuts came by, Risto. We got the little Risto. We got the big Risto. We got another Starseed. We got another Starseed. The Infinity Starseed Hollow. And also the Hype. Whoa! Risto! How's Grandma Risto doing, Risto? Hopefully she is doing alright. Having a lovely day. Your community. Oh, thank you, KD. KD, our community is pretty awesome. KD, I would argue it's probably one of the best communities on the Twitch. The colony is amazing. And KD, we continue the fun on the Discord as well. No pressure at all to join. But on the Discord, we do daily science trivia. We have pet photos, arts, sciences, all kinds of fun things. So if you're into that, make sure to join up on the Discord. Yeah, enjoy those emotes, Water. She's great. She's gonna go visit Skip and Callie today. Nice, Risto. Is she coming? She's not coming back tomorrow then, right, Risto? Because the distance is massive between y'all. I don't mean like emotional distance. You and Skip are lovely and you're very close, but physical distance. You drove like forever and a day when you went to go visit. I cannot, Risto. No. I read that all the time in your stream. Hi, Andrew! She's gonna be gone a week. Gotcha, Risto. Okay. Are you okay? Do you need anything, Risto? Are you alright, Ristorok? Please tell me, Risto! Guys, if you're not checking out Andrew CZ, go check out the Breathtaking Amazing Andrew CZ workout stream extraordinaire. Also, Something Called Wizard, and also Breathtaking Just Amazing, so whose face I extremely love. Guys, go check out the amazing Andrew CZ. Andrew, we finished One Piece already. Can you imagine, Andrew? It's madness, Andrew. We already finished one. And now we're working on one for Gwendolyn P. This is the one that we finished. Hant Solo. Just went a 15-mile bike ride down Scioto Metro Park bike trail, all through downtown. Ooh, very nice. Sounds like that's just enough time for it. Yeah. How many predictions? I don't know, Becca. We had a 20-minute prediction of 1 through 10. 10 being the max, 1 being the least. Hi, Melanol. Welcome in, Melanol. So excited. Yeah, those Starseeds are gonna be amazing. Yes, absolutely, Risto. Risto, we just need to schedule a call. And I can show you how to do that. Risto, what do you use for animation triggers or sound triggers? We use Sammy board. And so if you do Sammy board, it's very easy to do stuff like this, Risto, or you know, if you wanted to get like the cats here, if you have them move around and wiggle. No, you don't need anything physical, Risto. You don't need anything physical. It's just called Sammy board. It's just a file that you download, and it talks to OBS, and it lets you do these kinds of things. 1 art per 15 miles. It's not a standard unit measurement, Andrew, but it is.
You can't rush art.
You can't rush art, Andrew. You can't rush art. Evil Petty Mike, how's it going, Evil Petty Mike? Yeah, Sammy board, Risto is what I use. It's also what Boyd's uses. The other one that's commonly used is StreamerBot. I know nothing about StreamerBot. Zedman also uses Sammy. So all of us that, like, in the immediate, where we have a bunch of stuff popping up, it's usually through Sammy. Okay, or Skip does too? Okay. So the same idea, Risto, and it's as soon as you get it downloaded, it's easy to show you. I can happily show you how to do stuff. And once you get it going, it's even easier. Eating breakfast, chilling, morning jog in an hour. Nice, Evil Petty Mike. What is for breakfast? What is for breakfast, Evil Petty Mike? I hope it's a good breakfast. Right, Rista, I'm happy to do the share screen and we can go over the items. Protein pancake, pizza, Greek yogurt, coffee, OJ, and 12 vitamins. Nice, Evil Petty Mike. Sounds tasty, my friend. My usual breakfast is nothing. It's a cup of juice and a cup of coffee. At this point, decaf coffee as well. There we go. Oh, Andrew, I figured out how to do the recording. So we have a recording. Is it a worthwhile one? No idea, but I did figure out how to do it. Where is wife? We had a baby, Melanol. We had a baby, Melanol. And she's been ill. She had a difficult pregnancy, my friend. Yes, Hugin, I saw you wrote that for Jern as well, Hugin. I saw you did that, Jern. For Jern. I saw you even did the TTSs. You did the TTSs. But Melanol, she is, there's a lot of anxiety there, and she's just recovering from some stuff. And when she's ready to be back on, she'll be back on. It's also harder now with the baby, because usually one of us has to be around. And we can't have undivided attention. Can't wait for artificial wombs to be commercially available. It's going to give the option to have things go easier, smoother. Hopefully. Tell her Melanol misses her. Maybe she'll want to come for a maybe. Possibly, Melanol. Maybe that's why she left, Melanol, because you disappeared for a while. Could have been it, Melanol. Excellent. Risto, there is a pretty good tutorial on how to connect it to OBS. And then once you have it connected to OBS, then it's setting up commands is a little tricky. The documentation's not straightforward. But once you know how to do it, like, you know, with 1 or 2 examples, it gets really easy. Nice, Risto. Very nice. Indeed, Melanol. Born and no stress being pushed through canal, you hear a toaster oven and ding some pan. I mean, Evil Petty Mike, what if there's negative consequences of that? What if you're supposed to go through that stress? As just to play devil's advocate. Lack of being able to play on the playset in Sims if you're an adult bothers me. I see, Quath, I haven't played The Sims in so long, I have no idea. Last time I touched The Sims, I was in 4th grade. I had a friend who really loved The Sims, and he named one of the characters after himself and another one after a girl who was a couple of grades above him. And every time they got married in game, she died. And he would always be very sad. Sims is the game of life I'm already playing. Why would I play it on a computer? Because it's safer, Andrew. You know, if you get heartbroken in The Sims, you just move on after like a day. If you get heartbroken IRL, it might take you months, years, forever. The Sammy's free, Risto. When I got it, anyway. Play The Sims 4. How do you like it, Becca? They definitely need to do the ding, Evil Petty Mike. There will be lots of fighting. Oh, very true, Melanol. Very true. Life is plenty stressful. I think the babies would vote for a friendlier option. Maybe, Evil Petty Mike. I do wonder, though, if there's... Because Evil Petty, it is supposedly when you're born, they want you to start crying because it's important for your lungs to start up. And that actually the stress of the birth might actually help with that. So that might be one example where it's actually worthwhile to have it be a little bit more stressful. Thank you for the It's free to get. Nice. Hard to sell from others. I think the bonding is most important. It's very, very important. Zedman! Speaking of important folks, looking cool Zedman is in his house. One of my best friends is looking cool Zedman. Wow. If I could spell. Guys, goes well, Zedman! Go follow Looking Cool Zedman, one of the single greatest content creators of all time! Looking Cool Zedman! Almost to 1,000 followers. If he hits 1,000 followers, he's going to play Elden Ring. Why? No idea. He's a glutton for punishment. But you know what? It's totally fine. Guys, go check out the one, the amazing Looking Cool Zedman. Zedman, how has your Sunday been? I hope it's been well. I hope the parentals liked your new spots, your new digs, as it were, and they enjoyed the beautiful meal that you and the missus cooked for them. Welcome on in, Zedman. Zedman, we're doing SciArt Sunday on Saturday, Star Wars. Apparently, I was born. My mother thought something was wrong because I wasn't crying, but the doctor says I was just over there blowing bubbles. Not just you, Kevin. By the way, welcome on. And little baby Alona also was not crying. She was just... They took her out and plopped her on top of Lita. She wasn't crying. And I lost it anyway emotionally, but I almost lost it because I thought she was stillborn. And I thought they just flopped her on there. I'm like, what are you doing? Help my... It was a whole thing. She was fine. Everyone was fine. But I just couldn't handle it. I just couldn't handle it. The lawn mowing afterwards did not go well. Why? Zedman, sir, you even got like a fancy mower, my friend. I have a push mower. No electricity, no oil, no nothing. It's just me pushing it. How could it not have gone well? I think the differential from being a gooey, warm, artificial wound to the air would be a shock enough the kid doing, what the heck, want? Not to mention, artificial wounds would have many benefits, not premature births or accidents. Kids, yeah, but Evil Petty Mike, as Smikes pointed out, if there actually is like evidence to suggest that there is development that occurs between like cellular communication between the mother and the embryo, like in utero, and so you'd be taking that out of the equation. That might actually destroy the fetus or like put him at a disadvantage. I don't know, just something to think about. We returned our electric mower for a gas one because it wasn't powerful enough. Where do you live, Zedman? Zedman, where do you live and how much... Do you have like 30 acres? Zedman, I imagine now you are... Guys, Looking Cool Zedman. Think of him as a gentleman. I imagine you, Zedman, looking like the KFC man with the big mustache, sitting in a rocking chair in your backyard saying, I love land, I love owning land. And it's just you in a rocking chair in that like KFC outfit. That's what I'm imagining right now, Zedman, is that you do, given like your lawn mowing needs, sir. How long the grass is now? How often do you mow? What is going on with your grass, Zedman? The Who are canon in Star Wars with their song Sugan Essen beginning and fall. I don't know what that is, Hugan. But thank you. At 85, see, Zedman, I knew it. Birth process inoculates the baby's skin. That is also true, Kevin. Although I can see that being maybe easier to fix if they just like inoculate it when it's born with that particular bacteria. Not quite sure. Figure out the cellular bond. Okay, poke the baby or not. Like, boop, I'm your dad. No, that's not. It's not boops. There's actual like epigenetics that also occurs. Evil Petty Mike. There's information about the environment that's being relayed to the baby. Usually about stress, which is, in our sense, if the baby's gonna be in a healthy area, it's not an issue. But during times of actual stress, it can be beneficial. 5-minute daily pet. How are you gonna reach into a uterine sac, Evil Petty Mike? Actually, there's probably are ways. But we'll need to figure out, Evil Petty Mike, I think we still need to workshop some of this. But I'm agreeing with you on the ding. Mongolian metal band. Okay, gotcha, Hugan. I gotcha. Black Sheep, how you doing, Black Sheep? Hugan, does this mean that in Star Wars, Mongolia is itself canon? Somehow I believe in art. What does that mean, Melanol? Crafting today, Black Sheep. What are you crafting? What are you crafting, Black Sheep? Oh, gotcha. Gotcha, Melanol. I understand, Melanol. Uteruses. Like, the way Jern says TTS's. Skivvy taking care of Callie Thongs, but says hi? Risto, my god, sir. Chat, Risto coming into the chat talking about underwear. My goodness. Risto. Today it's a dragon-inspired shawl. Oh, very cool, Black Sheep. Very cool. I love the dragon stuff. We have other friendos who do dragon things too. Like our friend Ratsky does 3D prints of dragons that are really cool. Ian Douglas, that's right. Is that the person that Skip won from, Risto? I know Skip won one, which is really cool. I bet you like the Hugh. Depends on their voice, Hugan. I'm very picky about the vocals. Which then some people are like, well, then how could you like Godsmack? Just don't worry about it. It's fine. It's fine. You bought one. Nice, Risto. I have a 3D printer, crafting bucket list. It is a game changer. Black Sheep is an absolute game changer. I love ours. I need to take it to the garage so I can start printing again. That's the only delay right now. It's just I'm moving it back out. One for Ian to be here next week. Nice, Pop. Pop Prince, you've got some good luck lately. You won something from us as well. Excellent. Okay. I think my family and I think I will fail my tech support study. Just deal with emotion that I suck at them, may not actually get the tech part. That's sometimes happens, Melanol. Excellent, thank you, Risto. It's already arrived, Risto. Nice. Risto, what are you gonna do for a whole week without your grandmother at home? Now I'm nervous, Risto. I don't want you to be lonely, Risto Rock. I imagine Grandma Risto is quite a hoot. No one wants to be the coder, man, whatever. Just do more coding, machine learning until it happens. If you do well enough, Melanol, they'll take you. I think productivity is the most important for these people. Gonna enjoy some showers that aren't that aren't sabotaged. Risto! That's a very intense terminology there for your poor Grandmama Risto. Artificial rooms being a thing for space travel. I mean, but I know Evil Petty, but I'm still not sold on it. I think there's a lot of genetics that we're missing and can't necessarily replicate it at a good rate. A lot of questions I have Evil Petty, Mike. Value solitude and alone time. Risto, Lita's leaving Monday morning and coming back late Tuesday to take her mom to like a medical appointment for Alzheimer's, and so it's just gonna be little baby alone and I for a few days. And I already asked her, I'm like, what do you want to do, little one? She hasn't told me yet, Risto. She has not yet told me what she wants to be done. Resident Evil Frozen. That Supernatural, I do move slow, but sometimes it feels like I'm moving Frozen, but not that Frozen. Super, you also haven't sent us your sound. Super, your sound alert has also not yet been submitted, ma'am. If you still would like your sound alert, given that you got that VIP status. Fishbowl. No! Evil Petty Mike, there's so much genetics going on in there. Signaling from the mother to the baby and back. The bonding. There's a lot going on in there. Go. Baja Blast. Evil Petty Mike. Baja Blast is... oh my god. Indeed, Detector. The DNA chain is lime green. Half might it'll be fine. Evil Petty Mike, I think that might be childhood diabetes. Possibly. Bubbly person. Oi. Oi, Evil Petty. Bubbly personalities. I get that reference. We're gonna give you the air horn for that. I'm gonna get you the air horn for that, Evil Petty Mike. There we go. I hope y'all that Gwen enjoys this. We'll see if Gwendolyn P will enjoy it. She'll be surprised because she's not here today. Go. Feel like you watch too much Power? Sometimes. Sometimes. It's how does diabetes work? It does if your DNA chain has Mountain Dew in it. Tech with me. Exactly, Kevin. Exactly. Kevin, we know Kevin. I think Evil Petty Mike is just very excited by this prospect. I think maybe a bit overzealous on the experiment, if you will. Possibly, potentially. My mama of a type 1. Gotcha. No, Paw Prince. There are genetic factors actually at play. There actually can also be the maternal diet during development can also influence the likelihood of diabetes. On top of that, what's also fascinating is feeding, I think, babies before they're 4 years of age or 5, I can't remember. Certain kinds of sugars have been demonstrated to increase likelihood of diabetes being diagnosed in the child. There's always so much new extra stuff coming out in the field of diabetes research, and then as well as like the intersection between that and development. It's quite fascinating. So Lito was reading into it a bunch, and so she was saying we're not going to give baby alone anything like any processed sugars until she's either 4 or 5. I can't remember now what age she said was the appropriate one, but it's because of that reason, which will be, you know, it's not the great, you know, I'm sure Baby Alona will not be pleased by this, but given all the studies, it's probably a good idea to not, because there's just such a strong link between these things. Scraps is hi, but hi, Scrappy Dog. Hello, Scrappy Dog. How you doing, Scrappy Dog? Risto, what you doing tonight? I have this idea, Rista. I really want to play some video games. I have the Switch, but all the things I want to play is on the PS4, but the whole basement's still in a state of disrepair, Risto. So we're still gonna like, watch some kind of movie with Lita, but I would like to have some like relaxed time, but not in the cards until the downstairs gets fixed. Unfortunately. We'll see. KD! Thank you for the lightning. Scrappy Dog is very handsome. Just chilling, hoping I crash soon, but then until I'm chilling with Scrappy. Risto, if you order any of that special food that you got last week, make sure to ask with no peppers, sir. Just in case, Risto, you decide that you can use a little pick-me-up today. I'm just throwing it out there, Risto. Please don't get that same item, because I was very sad on how you couldn't even have a meal last week. You were so excited for it, and then it showed up and you couldn't have it. McD's, is that McDonald's or I have no idea. If they're okay, this is okay. Just making sure, Rista. I'm like, I don't know. It could be because some kind of fancy steakhouse in the area. You know, McDo'Malley's or something. I don't know, Rista. Guys, another quick shot. I just ordered pizza. KD, what kind of pizza? I don't drive when I'm this tired. Pretty much since 5 a.m. yesterday. You gonna take a nap, my friend Risto? Guys, also go check out an amazing, the breathtaking Jimmy B93, who was first today. Guys, go check out the amazing Jimmy B93, breathtaking soul. Fall Guys wizard extraordinary. He'll be playing the new season of Fall Guys this week. Pepperoni and ham and sausage. Very nice, KD. Sounds amazing. But tried for 5 hours. Risto, listen. Do you want to swap, Risto? Because for me, I can have a cup of coffee and put my head on the pillow. I'm usually out. Like, not just like slightly out, like I'm a light sleeper. I'm dead. And there'll be cat fights on top of me, Risto, and I'll be sleeping through it. Nowadays, I'm a little bit lighter. If I hear baby, I'll bolt right up. But other sounds like Lita do not wake me. She could be watching a movie in bed next to me, and I'm just gone. Absolutely just gone, Risto. Jimmy, are you planning your cooking stream for the follower celebration, sir? Y'all, Jimmy just crossed 900 followers on Twitch, and he's having a special cooking stream. And Looking Cool Zedman is trying to cross 1,000 followers in order to have a special Elden Ring stream. Because he's a glutton for punishment, and he likes to play games that just break him for some reason. Thank you, Katie, for following Jimmy. You're going to love Jimmy B93. Jimmy B is very cool, very community-friendly, goal-oriented, musical wizard, in fact. He's a music teacher. So if you have any musical questions, ask and you shall receive, Mr. Jimmy B93. That's fair. That's fair, Risto. That I can see you being kept up over that.
Please, girl, please. I don't want to get it together. I'm scared.
Smice, can you translate what that sound alert is? I have no idea what it is. I'm going to announce it tonight, but next Saturday the 20th is when it's going down. Excellent, Mr. Jimmy B93. Jimmy. It's going to be amazing, Jimmy. It's going to be, in fact, amazing. Regardless of what you cook, Jimmy, you could cook something absolutely... It doesn't even matter. It could be just something lovely. Fall asleep eventually. Did you already eat, Risto? Risto, did you already eat? You're in full protector mode? I mean, Melanol. What have I done differently, Melanol? Am I being a little less silly, Melanol? I'm sorry, Melanol. Or about slimy corn in Mexico that might make food grow. I have not, Evil Petty Mike. Petty Mike, Post it in the Discord, my friend. Post the article in the Discord. You did double quarter pounder and a large fry. When did you eat it, Risto? How long ago did you eat it, Risto Rock? Because if Risto, you ate it about 10 minutes ago, you should be passing out soon. You should also feel like there's a rock in your stomach right about in like 10 minutes. 15 minutes, yeah, you'll be out soon. You'll also wake up to some stomach cramps. It's totally normal. Totally normal, Risto. Corn with runny nose is self-fertilized. That is really interesting, Petty Mike. I want to check that out. I only say post on the Discord because I will totally forget. And that is not intentional. That is just dad brain acting up and me not having enough sleep to stay awake through things. Thindal, I've had 1,300 kilocalories today. Thindal, what did you eat, sir? Did you eat anything delicious? What did you eat, Thindal? You can't just tell us you had a lot of calories and then not tell us what you ate, sir. I hope it was something delicious. Microwave food, but I don't... Thindal, what is microwave food? It's not that much. I have no idea, Thindal. You use kilocalorie. Here in America, we just use calorie. That's all we... That's where you... Kilocalories, you crazy unit of measurement. It's very nutritious, Risto. It is Thindal, but in America, if you were to throw that on there, people would freak out because it would be like, "Oh, we're eating so many more calories than what we know." Microwave pizza. Thank you, Thindal. See, Thindal, you could have told us. You could have told us, Thindal, what it was, sir. Chat. Thindal told us the secret. Now we win. Tiny. Why, Thindal? Why, Thindal? Why are you ashamed about microwave pizza, sir? If you knew what I ate, then you would no longer feel shame. You'd just feel disgust for me. Like, I'm sorry, Bill. You ate what kind of diet bar? That's terrible. That's terrible. Your mother described it as the poo of a unicorn. Yes, she did, Thindal. It sounds terrible, and it is. Thindal, is this your image? Thindal, please let this be your image. Swedish government television. Dang it, Thindal. Thindal is going to be like, this looks so classy. It looks like you have like two little saucers of like oils and extra sauce to put on there. And then you have like the knife and the fork and you're just like ready to go on there. And I was like, man, Thindal really dresses up a meal. Thindal, I don't see the problem with this. I do not understand why we're upset about this. Thindal, this looks delicious. Any pizza is good pizza. Even bad pizza is good pizza. Even bad pizza is good cold pizza. Thindal, sir. Why would I be upset? Thindal, what kind of monster am I? Where I'd be upset about something like this? Thindal! What's wrong with Hawaiian pizza, Quath? Quath, are we about to get into a pineapple on pizza discussion? American microwave pizzas look so much sadder than this. It really does, Forever Grasshopper. Oh, okay. Good. Quath, I'm glad we're set, Quath. I was gonna be like, Quath! The flavors are very nice with the pineapple. I get it's controversial, but there are nice elements to it. Risto, you don't have to put any peppers on your pizza. I promise you, Risto. When you come over there, Risto, if you have us make you a pizza, just remind me, because Lita loves pepper on her pizza. The big no? I'm so sorry, Katie. What part in Discord? Science chat or random. Science chat or random. American Overcooked is about on par with Thindal's. Fair enough, forever. Comfort equal privacy. It really does, Thindal. It really does. And what is comfort food as well, Thindal, can be, you know, whatever you want it to be as long as it brings you comfort. I do support those that do. Okay, for a second there, Risto, I read that as, and I do not support those that do. I was kind of like, Risto, this is very aggressive for you. I did not know. I was shocked for a second. Near New York City in New England, Pennsylvania, Northeast Pennsylvania, fresh pizza. Kodali in Jersey, we have some pretty good pizza. I've been quite happy with the pizza place that we found. There were several bad pizza places too, Kodali. But we found one really good one, and so I'm very happy with that. Didn't have my first size pizza since 25. Oh my goodness, Evil Petty. Dietitian, cardiologist, and psychiatrist all agreed that if I stuff what I need to can be arsed to eat right now, then eat that. Better than nothing, right? What does it mean, arsed? Does that mean butt, Thindal? I imagine you're not butt eating something. Agreed. Did I? No, I saw that one. Asked. Ah, okay. Yes, gotcha, Thindal. Yes, you should definitely keep eating, Thindal. Thindal, do not eat. Sorry, Thindal. I saw arst, and I was like, there's no booty involved in this, I don't believe. Arst? Oh, arst is bothered. Gotcha. Thank you, Smikes. Remember, y'all, I'm foreign. I don't know these fancy English words. Thindal's first language isn't even English, and he's teaching me words. Not in the ingest step. Oh, gotcha, Thindal. Gotcha. Y'all, I hope Gwen likes her Jar Jar Antonia. No, but sometimes, Thindal. Depends on the culture. Science guy, an arse is the end result of the... I don't know, Forever Grasshopper. Not all the time. Possibly. Bad joke is bad, but funny, but bad, but funny, but... Thindal, hold on. We need the air horn for you, Thindal. I'm sorry, Thindal. The air horn was required for you, sir. There we go. Look at that. We're getting it together, y'all. We're getting it together. A good soft protein bar. My current favorite is problematic due to erythritol. I don't know, Evil Petty Mike. The one we do is this Optavia, but that's a it's not so much for the sake of being a protein bar. It's just a diet bar. And I guess there's protein in there, but not the primary goal of it. Hope quantum gets an optimal healthy sweetener. Yeah, Evil Petty, there's a lot of controversy about the kind of sweeteners to use. Because there was this studies that came out that said, like, things like Splenda can give you cancer. The fact of the matter is, anything can give you cancer. Anything in a high enough dose can give you cancer. And the amount of Splenda that you need to ingest to actually be at risk for cancer is so high that you'll never actually ingest that much. It was just the study, the way they did the study was, it was not at a physiologically relevant level, the amount that the animal was ingesting, and that's why it got the cancer. And then unfortunately, the way it's reported in the popular media is if you eat Splenda, you get cancer, and then that's that. The programmer's credentials. We do not do these things because they're easy, but we do them because we thought they were easy. That's not wrong. Is the safest? Evil Petty, I don't think there's any real actual safety difference between them. I think if you did the same thing to Stevia, in terms of dose, as they did to Splenda, you'd get the exact same result. I think there's some really major flaws with those studies, as even bigger flaws in the reporting of it. Late uncle helped with the moon landing. Nice, Evil Petty. Evil Petty, was it real? Did your uncle reveal? He was an engineer on the lunar module. Nice. It was indeed real. Excellent. I'm glad to hear it. There's a movie, Evil Petty. Capricorn 1, I think it was what it's entitled. And it is about a faked moon landing. And it stars O.J. Simpson. It is a fascinating movie. And the only real thing I remember from it, beyond there being O.J. Simpson in it, is that there's a scene where he's eating a snake. And I remember really, really upset and asking my dad why he's eating and hurting an animal, and apparently Dad looked it up for me, and they got a smoked salmon that OJ ate during that set, or during that shoot, and it just looked like the inside of a snake. So now whenever I eat smoked salmon, I think of OJ Simpson. Weirdest to come back to. I know, Andrew. I'm so sorry. Hi, Andrew. I heard that. Oh, okay. So, Andrew, there's a movie called Capricorn 1. That is a movie about the faking of the moon landing. It stars O.J. Simpson. Oh, you don't want to know? Okay, okay. All right. I was gonna link you back, but nope. I just want the out of context conclusion of me thinking about O.J. Simpson when I have smoked salmon. You got it, Andrew. Andrew, the piece for Gwen is almost done. Poor Gwen's not even here, Andrew. I hope she likes it. I hope she likes it, Andrew. Go. We'll zoom out in a second to see what it looks like before we start running the colors. Debs! Hi, Debs! Debs, why are you so cool, Debs? Debs, I'll try to have the rice plant animated for tomorrow for Smikes. Remember when developmentally, when I was 3, I thought an oil stain on the garage floor was a rat because rats move fast. I didn't see it. My mother and sister freaked out when I went, ah, rat. So for months, I went out in the garage, I'd go around the oil stain and point at ah, rat and run away. Evil petty Mike. I mean, I get it. But oh my goodness. Your poor family. Poor family. Now they'll be nervous about it. Evil petty. You need, if you can, call your sister and just ask her if she remembers that. I think it'll make her night. Like, do you remember the oil rats thing? Because we're doing Star Wars month. Cat cam though? No, John. We had an ant cam for our live leaf cutter ant nest, but my basement flooded, and so that is on hold until we fix things. Yeah. They are fast food. I don't know, bro. It very changes on my mood. No, Ariel, it's Han Solo. It's Han Solo, Ariella, from Star Wars. He's not dressed nice enough to be James Bond. In and Out is delicious, bro. It's very, very good. Need 4 cat cams, John. They do not stay in one area. Also, they hate. 3 of them get along. Noodle, my bestie, hates the rest of them, so they can't be in the same area. And then this is the one we're working on now. I've seen Mochi, John. I've been on Ariella's stream. This is the one we're working on now, Ariella. This was requested by Gwendolyn P. She wanted a Jar Jar Binks Antonia. A Jar Jar Binks Antonia. Yeah. What's top tier? Depends on your mood, bro. Depends on your mood. Is the cat cam you? I just saw it, John. John, I was in today's stream. I was also in day before yesterday's stream. John, you think I don't know about Ariella. But John, we know about Ariella. I was there, but today, during the whole stream today, lurking even while we're live. I'm proud to say we're one of the 2 streams that were going crazy to get her over 50 followers. Us and the lovely Derek Devin and Mocha Maid. We did the thing. Yes, we very much love her. And you can chill. Yes, I do. I do enjoy the cat cam. No, she cannot chill. John must not chill. But John, we do have a sound of our kitty cat. And I have her animated. I can do that. There you go. Are you a Scream fan? No. No. I do not do horror. I do not do horror, John. Or, broke. Not because I don't want to. It's just my soul cannot handle horror. I will be up. I will not be able to sleep. And I just cannot handle it. So that's the catch there. If that plays every 10 seconds, so John, that can be triggered. I believe the cooldown is 10 seconds. So you could, in theory, play it every 10 seconds. Yoga Girl does love Scream. That's very true. Very most true. Favorite horror movie? Nope. Do not like horror. I guess, bro, does something like, I don't think Resident Evil or World War Z count as horror, right? If that's true, if those don't count as horror, then I don't really have any. Because those don't do it for me. John, what else do you like? Do you like Star Wars, John? You like Star Wars, John? You don't have to, John. It's action horror, yeah. So I'm not sure if that counts in your ranking.
Together, we can rule the galaxy.
Skip, thank you for the resub! Skip, how you doing? Skip for 10 months. Skip, how you doing, my friend? Guys, if you're not checking out Legendary Bro, thank an amazing Skip 0224. Go check out the amazing Skip. How you doing today, Skip? Welcome in. How's Callie doing? Dawn of the Dead was considered as horror in same vein as World War Z. Gotcha, broke. John, we have this new animation we just finished last week. Have to keep your mouth shut? Why? What's wrong, Smikes? What's wrong, Smikes? Smikes, what's wrong? What do you have to... Smikes, you never have to keep your mouth shut. That's the beauty of you, Smikes. World War Z was totally horror? The book wasn't. The movie was. Okay, gotcha. I have not read the book, Smikes. I have heard the book. The whole end third or end act is different in the book than it is in the movie. Hi, Captain Coder. Happy Saturday to you, Captain Coder. Captain Coder, how you doing today, friendo? Captain Coder, it is SciArt Saturday instead of Sunday because of Mother's Day. And so we're working on a new Antonias that are Star Wars themed. We're doing a Star Wars theme for the month of May. Shaun of the Dead. I have not seen... I don't think I've seen Shaun of the Dead, Smikes. I think I would have had to watch it with Lita, and she will not watch something like that. But yeah, how are you doing, Captain Coder? Captain Coder, I heard you went to Disney. How is Disney, Captain Coder? The book is an oral history. It's told by a lot of different interviews. Gotcha. Smikes, it's been long enough where I don't remember it, like the movie being like that format either. I just remember I thought it was kind of cool. And I liked how they used ants as a model for the zombies. Graduating class at my school is amazing. Nice. Is this Disney World or Land, Captain Coder? Like, did you do California or Florida? I think you had said that you did Florida. I've not... Or no, sorry, California. I have not gone to the Floridian one, so I have no idea. California, gotcha. I haven't gone to the Cali one, but I do enjoy the Floridian. Guys, go check out the lovely and amazing The Captain Coder. Dev extraordinaire. We met through Clayman Dev. Go check out the lovely and amazing Captain Coder, y'all. Very kind, very generous soul is the Captain Coder. Yeah, Captain Coder, we're working on our friend Gwendolyn P. It's her favorite Star Wars character as Antonia. And it's Jar Jar Binks. Went to the 4 parks in Florida 5 or 6 years ago. Really enjoyed Epcot. Captain Coder, you are the only person I've heard of that enjoyed Epcot. That may be a more adult thing to do. I remember I went... I don't think I was still in college. I don't think I made it to college yet. It's the last time we went. And I liked... There was like some food at Epcot that I enjoyed. But there are like no rides or nothing really fun to see there. Jar Jar, the best character ever. 99, level 99 Sith Lord. Listen, you're not wrong. He had to be in on it. Favorite park there, they were having International Food Festival. See, look, I love food, as it's painfully obvious, but Captain Coder, my favorite was Animal Kingdom, because I love seeing the animals. And like, there was the ride that we just kept going over and over again. It was a safari ride, and every time it's different, because there's different animals out. And that's without question my favorite one, because I just love the animals so much. The fireworks, I liked SeaWorld's fireworks, and then the regular Disney World fireworks. SeaWorld's I liked because usually it had like jumping whales with it as well, and that was like, again, back to the animal front. Why I really enjoyed it. Independent of any SeaWorld controversy. I just really like animals. I loved Epcot as a kid. My dad took me on a day trip to Epcot when I was 13, just the two of us. Nice, Tolkien. Well, that sounds lovely. I imagine if my dad took me, I would also enjoy it. And have a little bit more of a precious memory in my heart of it. All the parts at Talks your favorite. Well, Captain Coder, you're just a classy gentleman. I don't know what to tell you. I don't know what to tell you, Captain Coder. Just very classy, and I just got nothing, Captain Coder. I got nothing, Captain Coder. You're the only person I ever met that enjoyed Epcot as a child. They have a Finding Nemo ride now. Smikes, or at least when I went many, many moons ago, there was a Finding Nemo ride. And that was kind of neat, but beyond that, I was like, I like the French food. Go. Took my sister and brother to favorite parks as well. Nice, Tolkien Tao. My dad hated all parks. So when we went as a family, he would begrudgingly go. But I hope to take the little one when she can understand, like, that we're taking a trip to a park. That's something I'm looking forward to doing. Hi, Optic Nerve! How you doing, Optic Nerve? Optic, welcome in. Optic, we're doing Gwen's favorite character right now, Optic Nerve. As a Star Wars character. It's a break for the parents. I don't know, Smikes. The parents are having to run after their children at the park. Or at least they should be. I guess there are probably plenty that are not. Optic, how are you doing, friendo? Optic, we finished Han Solo, Antonia. A little earlier. I'll show you what he looks like in just a second. I'll show you.
Don't you like me a little bit?
I've been gaming!
I don't even like you a little bit.
Huh, I heard you like me a little bit.
Well, maybe just a little bit.
Playing some Star Wars? Which one are you playing, Optic? Smikes, if I put my child on the leash, just take me out back and shoot me. Absolutely not. We'll never be doing that. Oh, Big Gamey, hello there, Bits Gaming. General Bits Gaming. Guys, if you're not checking out Legendary Big Gaming, go check out Big Gaming. Amazing game developer extraordinaire working on Homeward Hound. Formerly A Dog's Life. And I'm a dog. I can say it anywhere, Smikes. Possibly, potentially. Because I'm giving you permission to take me out back if I put my children on a leash. No. I might be a little bit Whiskey Tango, but not that flavor of it. Big Gamey, how was the day today? Tell me. And Optic, what game? Which Star Wars? Sister and brother-in-law hit some of the SoCal theme parks for the honeymoon. Disney, SeaWorld, Knott's. What is Knott's Berry Farm, Tolkien Town? I'm not aware of that one. Never been any theme park, just seemed like ridiculously expensive, and I'm excessively cheap. Bex, I've really still would suggest that I would enjoy if I went to Animal Kingdom. Because again, you're close to the animals, and it's like you're doing a safari, and it's like there's Disney. But I understand that the idea behind that as well. Goodwill filled. Any good catches, Big Gaming? You find anything delicious and amazing, Big Gaming? Oops. There we go. Did I just nerf everything? Knott's predates Disney, not far from Disneyland. Okay, gotcha. Never been, Kevin. Never even heard of it. A USB fan that can spell messages when it spins comes with a CD, so you can... Oh, cool, Big Gamey. That's really cool, Big Gamey. Oh. And yes, Darth Jar Jar, John. That'll have to be the variant that we go with that on that front as well. We'll definitely need some Darth Jar Jar in our midst. But yeah, 9, I hope you're doing well. I hope the kiddos, 9, are getting ready to give you the best Mother's Day ever. First Mother's Day as a Twitch partner, they know what they're going to be doing, right? They're going to be celebrating you, 9. And just, like, loving on you and making you food and just, like, so you don't have to worry about anything. Right, 9? Right, 9? That's what's going to do. 30K equals / super equals a million billion. Yes, 9, that checks out. 100% checks out, 9. 9, if you're trying to say does not equal, I don't understand that kind of language. We don't have negativity in the chat, so, you know, the does not equal no's don't appear there. But 9, I hope a lot of cool things are being planned for Mother's Day for you, man. I am not sure what we're doing. My plan had been I wanted to take Lita to and the little one to the park and have a little picnic. But Lita was like, "Well, we have to see my mom." And I'm like, "Well, I don't know what the plans are then." They are then whatever I'm told they are. All right, there's Darth Jar Jar. We are former restaurant. What do you mean? You're forming a restaurant, 9? You are a restaurant, 9? 9, I have so many questions now. 9, I have so many questions now, 9. I have so many questions. We'll hang out at home? Gotcha, 9. Yes, 9, tell me. We are... What do you mean, 9? Hi. Yes, you're one of the single greatest streamers of our generation, 9.5. I don't know what you want me to do, 9.5. Tell me not. Let's add a background to this. What would be a goofy background? I don't know. A goofy background. Jar Jar is so overpowered. That is... Look, you're not wrong. He is extremely overpowered, but in like the best of ways. In the best of ways. A goofy background? I think that works well. PC, yeah. 9, you and Astra Canuck both. Yeah. I'm sorry, 9, that stinks. And so did Supernatural Writers as well. I just went... Repair guy says it's the mother. Ugh. I'm so sorry, 9. 9, will there be... Is it an easy-ish fix, at least? Destroyed in transit. I'm so sorry, Super. Alright. We got piece number 2 done, chat. There we go. Oh, and I have the recording out of it, too. Motherboard will need to be replaced. Boo. Don't like that at all, Smikes. Let's take everything out. No easy fix anyone would do for that. Alright. Cool beans, chat. Let's do one more. Hi, JP! The one, the only other. JP has arrived! Hi, JP, since we're working. JP, lovely and amazing, breathtaking stream this morning, JP. Guys, if you're not checking out JP Sunset Woodworking, please go check out JP Sunset Woodworking. Woodcrafter extraordinaire. Let's go check out JP. How you doing, JP? 9, it could be worse, but that doesn't make it okay, 9. That makes me very sad, 9, still. 9. If there's anything you need, you know, you just gotta ask us, okay? Please, 9. Please, 9.5. If I don't get out of the chair, my legs might fall off. Mavis, take your legs off the chair and get a little break, Mavis. Hoping tomorrow's stream goes better. It was good today, JP, as it always is, JP. JP, it's always good. I will not take any other answer beyond that, JP. All right, chat. We're gonna start on one more, and the last one is gonna be. This is one for Smikes. Smikes really wanted the nematode Ellie elegans as a force-sensitive character. And so that's what we're going to work on. I'm going to take a quick BRB. I'm going to put up the BRB screen. I have not yet fixed the BRB screen, Smikes. I did get the sound alert in. I did do the sound alerts, Smikes. I didn't get the BRB in because I don't know why. I don't know what's wrong with me. But I'll be right back. I'm just going to go use the restroom. And then we're going to work on this one. Quoth the Raven, I'm glad you like this one. Quoth, when you see what color we're going with this one, I think you might like it even more. Alright, y'all. Are we ready? Are we ready to start this hilarity? Guys, also go check out the lovely, amazing Devro, a game developer extraordinaire and gamer. Love your face, Devro. Love your face, Devro. Alrighty. Let's begin.
You
Ellie
can't rush art.
Should we rush art though, BitGamey? BitGamey, should this be rushed? BitGamey. Maybe we need to rush this, BitGamey. I don't know, BitGamey. Smikes, I hope you like it. Smikes, I wanted to make you laugh, Smikes. I wanted to make you chuckle, Smikes. I wanted you to be like, you know what? This, while it's a little bit silly, it makes me chickle. Didn't vote the polls. Big Gamey, how dare! Big Gamey, you know who else did not vote in the poll today? Not Gwen. How funny would it be, Big Gamey, if we got 10 done today? It would be hilarious. Will we get 10 done? Absolutely not. But I would chuckle so hard if we even got close. Right. You love Ellie? Ellie loves you, Smikes. I still have to do the batting eyelashes for you. But I feel like she should be doing something else, too, there. Like, she should be wearing something special. I feel like there's something there, Smikes, that needs to be a little bit more fleshed out on my part before I attempt that character for you. Go. Alright. Figured Ellie needed Jedi robes. And I don't know if y'all can see yet what lightsaber color I picked for her. But I had Smikes in mind. So that's why this particular lightsaber color was picked. Go. Is it Ray's? It is not, Smikes. It is Mace Windu's. I went with the regal purple, Smikes, because you're a king. You're a king, Smikes. Mace Windu, Smikes, how dare. How dare, Smikes. Go. Mace Windu was on the Jedi Council during the prequels. And one of the most powerful Jedi that we are aware of. Is he actually? Unknown. But there is a suspicion that he might actually still be alive as well. I hope they run with that suspicion. Not powerful enough? Smikes, I take it you just haven't seen the prequels. It's Samuel L. Jackson, Smikes. He's in Star Wars. Not only is he in the Marvel universe, but he's in the Star Wars universe as well. Go. Had enough of these. Exactly, Smikes. There's been a lot of ferrets involved in Mace Windu's dealings with the Jedi. See, Smikes, that's why he's a good model for Ellie. I'd imagine. G2 is indeed a model system. Yo! Hold on, Spikes. Air horn. That's why I need the extra sounds. Go. My shoulder is a little bit extra cracky today because of the weather. It's very frustrating when it rains a little extra and you're just like physically hurting more because of the weather. But what can we do, chat? What can we do? I suppose another surgery, but I really don't want to do that. Father's rehab is done for his replaced shoulder now. His T10 is disintegrated to the point that need to do the surgery. Then the other shoulder, then both knees. That sounds terrible, Smikes. I've had enough of shoulder surgeries and any and all surgeries for that matter. This maybe the surgery itself isn't like terrible, but then the rehab just takes forever. I just do not have it in me to spend that time on the rehab. Plus, then I can't hold the little one. That might be a little bit not helpful in terms of child raising. Go. Super dedicated with the rehab, but he thinks it's one of those exercises to put his back over the edge. Cortisone didn't touch the pain. I'm convinced, Mike, that's where I re-injured my shoulder for yet another time. Was it during physical therapy? It was too much, too fast. I even felt it like really badly crack that day. I remember telling the physical therapy guy, I'm like, nope, that's it. I think I just did something wrong. And he's like, oh no, everything's fine. I'm like, nope, something's wrong. Something's wrong today. But yeah, the cortisone injections weren't doing much for the shoulders either. Which is really frustrating. Go. Not much doing bone on bone. Yeah, that's the whole back right here, Smikes, because all the cartilage is gone. It's not cool, Smikes. It's not cool. Luckily, the doctor that I saw this past week was like, yeah, I understand why you don't want it, given that you're, you know, raising a tiny infant. I'm like, yes, thank you for not giving me too hard of a time on that. Osteo. What do you mean, Smikes? Bone? Or osteoarthritis? Oh, yes, we do. Grandma has that quite bad. So even that's another reason I'm very familiar with cortisol shots. Go. I think that's a lot where the cracking is coming from. Both my parents do that. My mother has rheumatoid. Or wait, is it rheumatoid or rheumatory, Smikes? Good genes over here. Yeah. It's a bit frustrating, Smikes. It's a bit frustrating, not gonna lie. Yeah, the doctor was asking me, he's like, oh, yes, family things, and like listing off stuff, and he's like, oh. And I could tell he was thinking, he wanted to make that genetic lottery joke, and I'm like, I appreciate you for not making that joke. Last one was just like, well, yeah, most of us will. Oh wait, I always tell that I'm gonna. Oh, geez. All right, Smikes. Totally fair. I did not make that joke. With the new Doctor, but that's a fair statement. One that I also would have a chuckle with, sir. If said to me. Well, probably not by a new patient. I can see that being a little problematic. The cancer, yeah, that's how it is in Lita's too. That she is very, very, it's a skin cancer. Like almost everyone in her side has, her mom's side has gotten some flavor of skin cancer. And so that's why she's always very big on sunscreen and gets mad at me for not wearing enough sunscreen. For example, she showed off like my my tan line there, like along here, and she's like, "Oh, it's very interesting, this tan line. That's what your skin should look like, and here's what it is looking like." I'm like, "Oh, I don't know what you're talking about." She's like, "Please be careful." I'm like, I know. My dad had it, my brother had it, both sisters had it, grandfather had it. Yeah, and it is said, Smikes, that eventually everyone will get it. If you live long enough, everyone will get it. All on my mom's side of the family. Super, you as well, be careful. Everyone should be always be proactive and get tested as early as you can. Just like, exactly. Yes, Smikes, you and I do a very good job on our yearly physicals. I just went. Kevin is a Sith Lord currently. Although that will possibly be subject to change. But we do like Ellie Elegans here. Again, everybody, welcome on in. Great to have y'all here at Geo Gym. Let us know, again, if you want to share anything, you can drop it into the chat that we can show off to the party people. Or you can drop it in on the Discord. Anything is Gucci Geo Gym. Again, welcome on in, my friend. All right. Grab a color, boop, and we can continue. We'll see if we get this whole one finished today. Still have plan tonight is still for Lita and I to do our usual, nice evening together with the little one. I'm not sure what movie we're gonna be watching tonight. There had been this very interesting movie Lita told me about that was sponsored and put out by the Chinese government to find these zodiac fountain pieces that were long lost. Presumably colonizers or whatnot stole these pieces, and so they sponsored a Jackie Chan movie about these zodiac pieces and like magic behind them. And so we might, I don't know, maybe we'll watch that one because that sounds like it could be interesting. or something else. There's a couple of other movies that we're interested in. We watched last weekend. It was a romantic comedy on Apple TV that was actually really well done. And then we watched an old movie that I still enjoyed. Lita thought it was fine. She had a couple of moments of raising her eyebrows at the movie. It was a movie with Chow Yun-fat and Seann William Scott called Bulletproof Monk. And if y'all have seen that movie, it is a very fun kung fu movie about like a monk fighting Nazis. It's a good one. It's a good one. It feels a little Indiana Jonesy, even, Smikes. Plus, it's Chow Yun-fat in there. How could you not? It's like 2004? Something like that. It's big gamey. It's super cheesy. You cannot go into it with any giant expectation. But if you go in with that attitude, it still kind of holds up. It has a very, like, early 2000s, late 90s vibe to it. But it was still a silly, fun movie. Very, like, not stressful, bit gaming. Like, if you just have it on in the background, you're not going to worry. Although, bit gaming, though, if you are watching anything with Mrs. Gaming tonight, on Apple TV, that movie Ghosted, that's the romantic comedy that we watched last weekend. That was actually a really fun movie. It has Chris Evans, the Captain America character, in it. And the actress who's the lead in there, I don't know what else I've seen her in. Although I know she's been in other stuff. That was also a good movie. Because I know Big Gamey's always looking for it. Big Gamey, what was that really lovely movie that you enjoyed so very much? I forget what it was. It was a couple of months ago that you watched it. And I remember you had some significant thoughts about it. But I cannot remember, Big Gamey, what it was called. But I remember we had a chuckle about it for a long time. I watched it was a couple of months ago, Bit Gamey. And you had it suggested to you, and then you felt so strongly about that movie that you were in fact upset at the time that was wasted from the movie to you. I can't remember what it was, but I remember you were so animated about it that it made me smile, and so it still makes me chuckle, Bit Gaming. But yeah, I unfortunately I cannot remember which movie, but you were so strongly opinionated about it that I was just smiling ear to ear. I was like, all right, note to self: don't suggest really terrible movies to Bit Gaming. I think it may have been a horror movie, Bit Gaming. So bad I don't remember the title now. Yes, Bit Gaming. That's what it was. I remember like people were very adamant about the movie, and then you're like, this is one of the worst movies I've ever seen. And it makes me chuckle. You had to undergo hypnosis? My God, Bit Gaming. Bit, I am so sorry that you had to go through that. Something you experienced here from the chat, Bit Gaming, even. Alright, at least Ellie's face has some color now. We'll go ahead and add to her eyes and then move on to the rest. Been making pretty good progress on Ellie today, y'all. And don't worry, Smikes, there is a Rey Antonia Possibly, potentially, maybe. Hi, Trek Nerd! A movie that bad must be amazing? Trek Nerd. If Bit Gamey does not enjoy the movie, like, it's so bad. Well, I guess, let me check something real quick. Okay, that's what I thought. Hold on. I think I did this wrong. Yes, I did. Hold, please. We're gonna fix that. Trek Nerd, how are you doing today? We're just doing our SciArt Sunday. SciArt Sunday on a Saturday. Star Wars themed. So bad it's good but bad. Big Gamey, it still makes me chuckle though. Big Gamey, what's for dinner tonight? Chat, what is for everyone's dinner? We had Ristarok in here earlier, who had some McDonald's. I'm hoping he fell asleep now, because he was up so late, and then didn't get any sleep afterwards. Big Gamey's always got a good one. Not even sure. Big Gamey, how come? It's Saturday. You're always having something delicious on Saturday nights. That's like the Gamey's delicious. What does Mini Gamey want, Big Gamey? What does Elias the Sailor want? I know, Big Gamey. Elias the Sailor would like Red Lobster. 6 of those biscuits. Those cheddar biscuits, Big Gamey. Just got off the phone with Elias. That's what they would like. We've been out all day. No decision made up. Elias was up so late, so slept most of the day. Oh no, Bit Gamey. Bit, let me ask you something. Because you're like the best father out there. When I was a kid, if I slept in past a certain time, like usually if I was not out and active by 10, there would be repercussions because I should be studying, not sleeping. And how dare I? Like the next day I'd have to be up at 8 to be studying and whatnot. There was very rare instances that I could sleep in because Saturday morning swim practices were, yeah, I mean, Big Gamey, I would be having Saturday morning practice at like, that was 6:30 in the morning. But yeah, like on Sunday, it's like if you slept in and you weren't studying, there's gonna be some problems. Big Gamey, what do you do? It seems like you allow your children to sleep in. How's that been like, Big Gamey? Olympic no, just Olympic trials, Big Gamey. And it was never gonna make the Olympic team. A lot of people just get to the trials, and that's kind of where they max out, and that's definitely where I was, especially after already having one shoulder surgery. Would have been fun though. It's on a schedule, but not on the weekends. That's nice, Bit Gaming. Even Bit, when I started living on my own, I would then just get nervous. I would get nervous and stressed out if I was if I was relaxing. It would be an issue. I let my kids sleep, but not past 10 a.m. for the eldest. Teen needs a lot of sleep. Yeah, so 9, that sounds similar. What if I take 5 items, divide them all by 0? I have no idea, Hugin. Dad would just mow the lawn at 7. Smikes, isn't that your job to do? And 3 barking dogs. That's true, Big Gamey. You can just mow the lawn right outside Elias's window. And if they say anything, you could just be like, well, if you don't want it to happen, why don't you come and do it? And then once they do it, then you're all set. You can kick back, sip your coffee, work on Homeward Hound, formerly A Dog's Life, formerly I'm a Dog. See, Big Gamey, everyone wins in that situation. And then they're up early, and they are up, so they have to just go study. Moded last weekend. Even better, Big Gamey, even better. You have to be like, the in-laws are coming. Or your grandparents are coming. Your parents like things a certain way. I understand that, Smikes. My parents usually didn't ask me to do that kind of housework because they thought that it would be a distraction from studying, and that meant that I wouldn't get into medical school, and that my purpose for the existence was to get into medical school. I will point out I did get in. Just didn't go. The Glory. K. What does K mean, Big Gamey? I'm assuming it's not Korean? It is Korean. Okay, cool. Sorry, I went to K-pop and... Oh. Biggest boom I've done by myself was a certain liquid in an M80 to take care of a fire ant nest. Okay. Hugin, were you safe? Chat, we do not endorse M80s or anything in anywhere outside because you can hurt yourself. Hugin is going to tell us in a moment that he was okay, but that he does not endorse that behavior either. Right, Hugin? Hugin, don't stress me out. Chat, Hugin likes to stress me out. The M8, yes, that's it's very dangerous, Big Gaming. Safety glasses. What about your hands, Hugin? Right, Hugin, it's very dangerous. We have to tell young people not to use M80s because usually you will lose your hand if you're not careful. Hi, Alex. Alex, how are you doing, Alex Vixen? Alex, we finished 2 Star Wars characters so far today, Alex. Can't imagine deciding for my kids ahead of time what profession they should enter as adults, but I was an art major myself, so 9. It's the beauty of you know, immigrant Eastern European parents. If you want to be successful, you go to medical school. I'm still ruining it. 9. Dad's like, oh, you're having a financial difficulty? You know, if you had just gone to med school, you'd be able to change out the basement much more readily. Take care of fire ant nest. Something tells me fire ants don't need fire. They do not, Trek. They do not. You will art and you will do art real good. I mean, that's what I play. If Baby Alona says she wants to go to art school, then she's going to be the best artist there is out there. And yes, Mikes, they do tell me that as well. It's not too late to be, you know, still like give up on life and be poor forever. Yes, I know, Mom and Dad. I know, Mom and Dad. Feeling good just now? Glad to hear it. Alex, here's what we've done so far. We did Antonia as Han Solo. And I think she turned out alright. And then we did Antonia as Jar Jar Binks. Why Jar Jar Binks? I blame Gwendolyn P. We need a doctor. I have a doctorate in Old English Lit. Great. What is this book saying? Because we're completely stumped. Hugin, what are you reading that has you stumped? Hugin, sir, what are you reading? Trying to read some random Old English. I have no idea what it's about. Yeah. Yeah. It's, the linguistic change is quite fascinating, but when you're actually trying to get information out of it, it's a little bit difficult. How is the paper coming along, Hugin? Pouring over data like a madman? Excellent, Hugin. Excellent. Like a madman. Like, Jim, it just doesn't add up. We're missing this early Cretaceous piece of foliage to confirm the dietary restriction of the Amoebosaurus. I went off on a tangent there, Hugin. But yes, Hugin, Alex Dixon might have the translation for you. You want to try on out on Alex?
Hello there.
Hi, Music Girl. Music Girl.
Hello there. Hello there.
Music Girl, the command you requested is live. It is !MG. Music Girl, how was the rehearsal concert? Not rehearsal. How was the concert today, Music Girl? Welcome the heck in, ma'am.
Music Girl, please, I don't want to get it together, I'm scared.
I don't know what that actually is. Music Girl, Smikes refuses to translate for me what that sound alert even is. Recital, performance, competition. It's Singy McSingersons, right? Canterbury Tale. Oh my god, Alex. I remember the Canterbury Tales. I did not read it in Old English, though. Graduation. Oh! Wait. Music Girl, what day were you overheated and melting? I've just totally swapped everything, Music Girl. I am so sorry. Yes, the graduation was today. I'm so... Music Girl, not gonna... I had images in my head of our chat, our group chat, and you saying of how you were overheated. And that it was so hot. Was that yesterday or the day? I for some reason thought it was today, and I just swapped the graduation. The Solo Fest. Okay, there was something. There was something, Music Girl. Okay, with me. Okay, good God, I'm so sorry. I confused it. How was the Solo Fest and how was the graduation? Was you imitating my children? Oh, okay. Art school is important to read to art history, so required reading. Was it at all helpful, Alex, or was it just, we read it because it's classic and it makes us feel good? Quiche and salad. I'm sorry, Big Gamey. There's no way Mini Gamey asked for that. I'm sorry. Art was pretty nice. I do like looking at the art. Solo Fest last night was good. Kids did well. Excellent, Music Girl. Glad to hear it. And the gradulation. Got sunburned at the graduation. The faculty speaker did a kind of Freudian. Ooh, Music Girl, please send me the message of what they said. I'm very curious now, Music Girl. This is college graduation, right? My college graduation speaker was Ben Carson, and the person who like worked in the previous administration and also ran for president. That was one of the worst graduation speeches I have ever seen. That was absolutely awful. I'm pretty sure he fell asleep during his speech. And the whole speech was talking about how he is a 1 in a million amazing person. That's all that was. And there was never... It wasn't at the end like, you two can overcome obstacles and be as cool as me. But no, it was just... How's that? I did gain a feel of how Old English works, means, and spells. Nice, Alex. Awesome. Thank you, Music Girl. So, how's the Broseph doing, Music Girl? Is he happy? No, he did not die of... I don't think he's dead. I think the Chicken Man is dead, Smikes. The Chicken Man is dead, but he is not. I don't think Ben Carson died. Ik bitte pe. No idea what's even being said. Oh, but Hugan... Alex might know. I want to be that cool. Gab Coder, you're much cooler than you are. Or than what he is. It's bittersweet because he's youngest to... So he's the last to grad... Ooh, that is bittersweet, Music Girl. Music Girl, my little brother will be coming up on that in not too long. Yeah, that is bittersweet. Leaves for a cruise next week and then starts his job when he gets back. Awesome. Music Girl, can we, without no pressure to answer, and obviously not to dox him, but what is he going to be doing upon the return? Oh, it means please, Hugan. Hugan, it means please. But yeah, it's a junior arc. Oh, nice. That's awesome, Music Girl. Excellent. Yeah, Smikes, the Chicken Man passed. He owned, the guy who owned the fried chicken establishment, Smikes. He went. I forget what his name was. Yes, yikes. He also separated conjoined twins, I believe. I think he was the first one to do that. Got a job at the firm he's been interning for the last couple of years. He initially got an offer from a different firm, and when his firm found out, they said, what was the offer? We'll beat it. Just name your price. He told them what the offer was. They offered him more, so he took it. Nice, Music Girl. I'm glad that he's appreciated. And he gets to go in a place where he kind of already knows the ins and outs of it, and they liked him enough to just pull time. Excellent news, Music Girl. Excellent, even, madame. Oh, that Music Girl, Jimmy got first today. He beat out Smikes today. So now my 23-year-old brother will make way more than me right out of college. Yep. Yep. Yep, Music Girl. Yep. I've gone to undergrad. I've gone to grad school. I've gone to postdoc. And sure enough, in a stone throw, my sister will be making more than I ever will see in a lifetime. And then I hear my dad going, oh, you could have had that too if you just weren't an idiot. Whoa! Possibly.
Hey, Balloon. It's time to say something nice about yourself.
I love you, chat. Whoa. Big game, you're amazing. Hi, Coffee Rocks. I'm good. Worried about Monday, first day of new job. You got it. Coffee Rocks, you got this. Coffee, I know it's stressful, but I have faith that they're gonna be like, who is this Coffee Rocks? And they're gonna be like, hey, I'm Coffee Rocks. And they're gonna be like, you rock far more than any kind of coffee that I've ever seen. And then it's gonna turn out, Coffee Rocks, that the boss there is actually a big proponent of all things coffee. And so when they find out that you are Coffee Rocks and that you rock more than the coffee that they're proponents of, they're going to give you a raise on the second day of work. I tell you this, Coffee Rocks. I tell you this. I believe it right here, Coffee. Coffee, how are you doing, though? I know, beyond the nerves, I hope your Saturday is going all right. Coffee, we're doing SciArt Saturday instead of SciArt Sunday because tomorrow's Mother's Day, and so we're going to be doing stuff. But we finished already, Coffee Rocks. If you can imagine, we finished 2 pieces already. Coffee Rocks, what is even happening? Coffee Rocks even better than coffee beans? Yes, Bit Gamey. Which is even better than beans on toast, Bit Gamey. Bit Gamey, do you like beans on toast? The longest time I thought people were saying beans on. Like, 'cause that's a food item. The Coffee Rocks, we finished Han Solo, Antonia. You love beans on? How dare, Bit Gamey? I love you, Bit Gaming. I know, Quaff, it's insane. Coffee Rocks, we finished Han Solo, Antonia. We finished Jar Jar Binks, Antonia. Coffee Rocks. And now, Coffee Rocks, we're on a, an Ellie Elegans Nematode Jedi. Spikes. Bit, I love you, Bit Gaming. I'm just like, I love beans on toast. Your defense, it's all terrible. Poor Bit Gaming. No, Coffee Rocks. Gwen is not here. And yeah, Quaff, Jar Jar, you might not be a fan of. It is her favorite character. Jar Jar is Gwendolyn P's most favorite character. And she is not here to see it come to life. She was the reason why we did that. Because she was all about us having a Jar Jar Antonia. And she's not here. Coffee Rocks, it's and Quaff, it's just so sad. How long did that poll take you to ask all British people? Big Gamey. Oh, Big Gamey. There was, when I was in grad school, we had a person from England. His name was Colin. And he was very British, Bit Gaming. Okay, he liked his Earl Grey tea. He liked his crumpets. I don't even know what crumpets are. He was all about the crumpetry. And so what did he do, Bit Gaming? First of all, his first few days at grad school, he was hitting on every single girl in the class. Lita was giving a tour of one of the labs, and he went up to her and he's like, "So, what are you doing later today?" And she's like, "I'm going home with my boyfriend." And he's like, "Oh, I see. Is he as handsome as me, baby?" And she was like, "Yeah, he's right there." Because I was in that group, and he's like, "Oh, my apologies, mate. I didn't mean to do that." And so he was that guy. Crumpet is a small griddle bread made from unsweetened batter of milk or water or milk, flour, and yeast. Is it good, Alex? Is it tasty? When I was in high school, we had a guy named Thomas from England. Every single day he came to school in a suit. Yep. Quad, you get it. They're nice. Okay, I'll have to try it, Alex. You can't get good crumpets here. Oh, they are tasty. Mrs. Gaming made some sausage meat to make sausage rolls. Ooh. Oh, okay, Alex. Those look delicious. Those also look delicious. Okay. These look really tasty. There are the sausage rolls. And there's the crumpets from Alex. Those look really, really good. Very fair, y'all. Not at all questioning it. But so this was his attitude. He was hitting on all the ladies. And then finally he found a lady that was all about it. I forget her name. It started with an O. It wasn't Ophelia. It was something. And they started dating, and so then he was all of a sudden he was kind of cool, right? Because then he stopped hitting on everyone, and he told I don't know if this is true or not, but he told us about a British game show that he really enjoyed, that it was done on British campuses from his uni, and it was intended to make fun of foreigners, and the show, BitGamey, is called British or Not. And so the format was quite straightforward. The moderator, there would be a moderator of the show, and he would give like examples of something, and then he would say the term British or not, and then the contestants would have to say if it's British or not British, and then they would get points for it. And so yeah, he told us about British or Not, and so then we'd always have like games of British or Not. And the only one that I remember, BitGamey, of like the example that he showed us is the gentleman. He looks at the camera. He's asking the contestants, and he's like, "If I were to say Margaret Thatcher, British or not?" And then someone buzzes in. They go, "British," and then he goes, "You are correct." And then he moves on. And I don't know why that Margaret Thatcher one stuck with me, but I thought it was so funny and so unexpected of the level of aggression that this guy had over Margaret Thatcher being British or not British, that I could not help but just remember it forever. BitGamey. Again, I have no idea about what the validity of this show is, but yeah, we that's you can never remember. You would fail at that? I mean, Quath, most of us would. I think if it is indeed true, then it was probably like a gaffe against Americans or anyone who wasn't familiar with British culture. But that was I think was the point of it. But yes, good old Colin. And I Smikes, it wasn't Olivia, it wasn't Oscar, it was like some kind of like marginally unique name with an O, but like not unique enough where if you heard it on someone you wouldn't raise an eyebrow. Can't remember. Oh my god, Spikes. BitGamey knows, and for everyone out there, Smikes is a kind and beautiful and loving soul, and he means nothing negative by anything he says. He's just being a silly willy. That's what we agreed to challenge. I'm actually kind of a jerk. No, you're not. Okay. Go. Okay. I think we've got all of our colors added, so we're going to remove our secondary line. We're going to go in and blend our colors, and we're all Gucci. Always share that art if you can, Daybreak. There's never any pressure to. But we have a lot of cool people in the Discord and the community now. We have a lot of artists, makers, and crafters, and it's just awesome to see what everyone's working on. And I think others also enjoy just seeing other people's processes and just to see, like, what people are working on. We've had a couple of folks who've come in, Daybreak, who've also done polymer clay work. And so it's always cool whenever I see it now. I'm like, oh, that's what Daybreak does. And I think it's always super neat. Base of Sleeping Rod, how he looks when he falls asleep in the game. Oh, and he holds... Okay, gotcha. He holds his tail. Which game, Daybreak? Was it Pokemon Snap? I just remember that when he's holding his tail surfing. And that just... I thoroughly enjoyed that. Violet... Okay, gotcha. That's right. Because that's what you've been playing, Daybreak. That's right. You did play Violet and Scarlet. And I kept forgetting... which is which, because in the description it just says Violet/Scarlet, and there's no way of easily telling. Would you bleed in a vacuum of space, or would you freeze away and congeal? I think it would congeal, Smikes. I think the cold would just freeze it, I would imagine. That would be my thinking of it. I don't get to watch a science stream from the UK, but I'm breaching curfew. Well, City Papa, we're glad to have you here. City Pop, we usually do science art on Sunday, but tomorrow is Mother's Day in the United States. And so it's my wife's first Mother's Day as a mom. And then we also have my mother-in-law nearby. So we'll be doing Mother's Day things. So that's the change for that. I was actually planning on taking them out to a little, like a picnic thing tomorrow, but then Lito was like, well, we have to do this other thing. I'm like, oh, okay. So then we're not gonna picnic, as it were. We have a curfew. I mean, not, some people might, Alex. You don't, Alex. Alex, you stay up as late as you want, man. At least, Alex, you do whatever you want, Alex. All right, let me see what time it is. 46. Okay. Gonna give us 10 minutes, y'all, to round out before I need to go ahead and skedaddle when Lita and the little one come home. And then we'll go grab some food, and again, we'll watch some kind of movie. Not yet sure what we're going to watch. I'll see what Lita's in the mood for. We might just actually we'll probably watch the new Ted Lasso, to be totally honest. We've been catching up on Saturday nights. Because we haven't had the time, like an hour to sit down during the weekday. So... that's probably what we'll do first. And then if there's additional time, we'll watch something else. Go. A friend who's doing a charity. We're gonna do, Alex, tonight. We have a friendo who's celebrating a big streaming milestone. So that's where I'm planning on going to tonight. Actually, Alex is someone that you also really enjoy, and they're having a 3-year stream anniversary tonight. But keep that in mind for next time, Alex. You can whisper it to me, and I can check them out. But yeah, I wanted to hit up someone who's having a big celebration stream tonight. A 3-year anniversary today. Is the most that we completed on one stream? Coffee, I do not remember. I think... I want to say 4? It was 3 or 4 coffee. Then again, coffee earlier on, like before Baby Alona was born, we could go for like 6 or 7 hours. And I wouldn't, you know, bat an eyelash at the time. So that has been lessening the time that we've been doing. And also to my lovely mods who keep me on point. And it's like, Blunt, you can't go for 10 hours tonight, bud. You got a family to feed. I'm like, I know I have a family to feed. That's why we got to keep streaming. It's like, yeah, but you got to, you know, you got to be there for them too. Like, yeah, that's true. But at some point, Coffee, we'll have, you know, longer ones as well. And that'll be... That should be fun where we can bring in a little bit more time. Okay. Just checking on the time. There we go. We have not, though, Coffee Rocks done 10. And that is a little bit of now a personal challenge for me, Coffee. I think it'd be kind of neat if we had some really absurdly long stream where we did 10 pieces. No, sorry, Smikes. I was checking primarily because I haven't opened Lita's text, so it still shows the time that she texted it to me. So that gives me a rough idea of how much time I should be still thinking about. But we'll be wrapping up in a few minutes. I think we'll actually be able to get it done, too. Right. We're getting there, y'all. And then I hope to, by the time we're back next week, we'll have Nightbot its perma-sub. That also means it'll have tier 3 emotes that we can put into commands, which will be very exciting. Trust Nightbot with all that power? I do, Quoth. Because Nightbot won't rebel. We get... So, Quoth, when you hit partner, you're given 2 lifetime subs that you can give to whatever. A person, a bot, really anything that you would like. And so we're going to give one to Nightbot because that's where we've built all the commands. And we're going to hold on to the other one. Because, interestingly enough, Quoth, what they don't let you do is switch it from one thing to another. So let's say that the API of Nightbot just dies and it no longer communicates with Twitch. Current policy is that you cannot move that sub to a different person or a different bot. You can take it away, but you can't ever move it. And so I want a second one as a backup in case we need to end up using a different bot for it. Family needs emotional, psychological, textile feeding as well. Head of a house, you need to feed. Yes, exactly, Coffee Rocks. You're very wise, Coffee Rocks. I love you, Daybreak Stations. How about? I know it's weird that it's on a Saturday, Daybreak. SciArt Sunday on a Saturday. Alright. Now then. What am I going to do? Let's do this. Let's turn down the density. Let's turn up this. Look at that. Put in a background and then we'll be all Gucci, right? Hi, NMD. Marley's okay. Excellent, NMD. NMD, did you get any answer? I'm glad that Marley's okay, NMD. That. There we go. Got another one done, y'all. Let's go ahead and save. Oh, let me add the logo on real quick. We gotta add the logo, chat. There we go. Cool beans, y'all. I will export it as a video because we're now doing that. And then we'll raid out. Let's support a friendo tonight. She loves you too, Smikes. Smikes, thank you for the inspiration. That is that's all from you, sir. Alrighty, so, chat, we finished 3 pieces tonight. We finished Ellie Elegans as a Jedi. Actually, I'm going to put her over into this potpourri as well. No, hello. There we go. And we'll put her in this scene too. There we go. I think that's a good spot for her. Cool, we'll save this. That is done. So then we finished Jar Jar Antonia. Oh, we should also put Jar Jar Antonia over in the other one. Jar Jar Antonia for the lovely Gwendolyn P. Throw in here. That. Don't even remember getting 4. I know, right? Coffee Rocks? Whoa! I merged the wrong layers. I know, Coffee, I will say I think 2 of these was a little bit easier today. And maybe that's why. There we go. Put Jar Jar in the background just for anyone who extra likes Jar Jar. So Jar Jar, we finished Han Solo and Ellie as a Jedi. Three pieces.